Okay, before we get started, do you have any questions?
Nope, we're just really excited.
Yeah, we've read all the literature, we know all the risks. We still want mutant powers.
Yeah, we've been saving up for this for years.
Yeah, $50,000 a piece. Here you go. One check. Wow.
Oh, wow, mutant powers. It's finally happening, bro. No.
Okay, everything seems to be in order, and we're just gonna get... Oh, this is embarrassing.
What? What's wrong?
Well, for the mutant power you want implanted, you wrote Wolverine. I'm afraid Wolverine isn't a mutant power at all. It's two mutant powers. Adamantium claws and mutant healing. For that procedure, I would have to charge you $100,000 apiece.
But that's all the money we have.
I sold my house.
Okay, well that doesn't need to be a problem. You can choose which power you want. Adamantium claws or mutant healing.
Adamantium claws.
Or mutant healing.
Adamantium claws or mutant healing. So they're both good.
Us. What's up, YouTube? How you guys doing? I don't know if anybody is actually here, but I think this is a live video. I am Greg Burke from Greg and Lou.
Hey, and I am Lou Perez from Greg and Lou.
That is Lou Perez from Greg and Lou. This is the first and possibly last ever live podcast, live video for Greg and Lou. Don't know how this is going to go. Could be a shit show. We'll see. Lou, how do you feel? What's going on? How you doing?
I feel good, man. I think anybody who's tuning in right now, they're all probably thinking, "What have you guys been up to for the past 15 years?"
Maybe.
Yeah, every single one of them is.
Or maybe
thinking
they've been tracking us and we had no idea.
maybe it's
I don't
quite
think
possible.
So if you guys are wondering what the fuck this is the 15th anniversary of the Wolverine's Claws Suck video that we made way back in 2009 for the Wolverine Origins movie with your boy Hugh Jackman. Deadpool and Wolverine is coming out soon, and it's the 15th anniversary. So we thought, why not do this little live episode and see what happens?
Yeah, it was. I think it was my idea. I came up with it.
Sure. This is the first awkward moment of the night. So yeah, Lou, this was your idea. I'm sorry I took credit for it. Lou, how do you feel about that? How do you feel that I just took credit for your idea?
Well, I think, in our relationship with sketch comedy, I feel like you take credit for a lot of my ideas, but
I do, and most of them actually aren't yours. They are mine, but go ahead.
yeah. Well, maybe we could talk about the origin of this idea, where this came from.
Sure.
But yeah, before we do that, I just want to say that somebody leaves a comment on our videos, on the Greg and Lou videos. So after all these years, what I noticed was over the past few months, there have been all these comments coming in, and a lot of them are a lot of people saying like, "Oh my God, I first saw this video when I was a kid, and now I'm seeing it again on YouTube. That's insane." So I thought it was pretty cool to have to have made anything that has some longevity to it, that someone could see it when they're a kid and then re-experience it later on. So that's something I'm proud of. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys are in here right now, and you remember watching this video as a kid, please let us know, because I have a feeling that we had a pretty weird impact on a lot of young kids who may have watched this in 2009 and saw a really fucked up, bloody video. And they remember it 15 years later. So if that's one of you, Big Mitch said he saw it at 10. Big Mitch, how has that affected your life? How you doing, Big Mitch? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, and a big part of this, obviously, if you're watching, leave some comments wherever you are.
Wherever you are, leave some comments.
Leave some comments. Just start shouting wherever you are. Just in public.
We'll find you. We will track you down. Stay alive.
Cool.
I just shook Lou there. I'm sorry. I ruined your train of thought.
Yeah, my where
I
am
was
I?
doing Last of the Mohicans. Stay alive.
Thank you.
That's what I was doing.
Let's see. Big Mitch saw it when he was 10. Eric Granada was already 30-ish when this came out. Look at that.
Eric, so you should be good. You should be all right. Matthew saw it back in 2012. And then who was about 11? Flapstick was about 11. Jesse Jeffries was 22. Let us know if this impacted your relationships or your life at all. I would love to know. Lou, what can they expect tonight? What do we have here?
Well, what can they expect tonight? They can expect that we're older, right? We're 15 years older. So I don't know if I mean, looking at the video again, I don't know if they'd recognize, who's who, right? Can you tell who's Greg and who's Lou?
Don't make me make inappropriate. I don't. Okay, I think so. What else? What else can they expect tonight?
Well, something else that they can expect is that, look, you can't. We didn't do this video alone, and there's no way we could have done it alone. And we did this video with two very special men and collaborators in our lives. And I have a feeling we might be meeting them again tonight in front of the world. So,
we might be. And there was a third person that I reached out to that said he was busy. So he won't be here tonight. But Lou, how are you doing? What have you been up to lately? What's going on? How's your life?
Me, let's see. So on the comedy front, I'm still doing comedy. I do.
That's great. Are you? Wow.
Yeah. I still do I do stand-up comedy. I still produce sketch comedy when I can.
Okay, where can people find you, Lou?
People can find me. You can go to thelouperez.com.
Okay.
That's my website.
Wow.
And if you go there, you'll see a lot of videos that are directed and edited by this guy, Greg Burke, over here. So
that's true.
So over the past 15 years, Greg and I have been able to continue to work together in various capacities. So we're keeping it going.
We are, and I was surprised to recently learn that gregandlou.com is still a thing, and it's a thing that apparently I still pay for. There are direct charges to my credit card account that I did not realize were still going on, and I'm pretty sure we haven't updated that website in like 5 years.
Do you want to bring it up? Can anybody go and see what?
You want to? I don't want to. I don't want to bring up that stuff.
No. Actually, you know what? We should we should do a different live stream where we go back and just look at the old website.
The old website and how few people looked at it and left comments and left likes and gave a shit.
And look, check it out. I got to say that.
Check it out. Let's check it out.
All this is going on Greg's. It's going on Greg's credit card. And look, we got money coming in right now. We got super chats. Yeah, we got to give a shout out over here. We got Big Flipping Boss. He said, I started watching you guys when I was in middle school. And we could show it right there.
What the fuck is a super chat?
The super chat, people can. It's like OnlyFans. Like people can pay you, and then they could like.
We have to undress now.
Yeah. You have to look at your feet. So Big Flipping Boss, we got some feet pics coming your way.
You don't want to see my toes, Big Flipping Boss.
Big Flipping Boss says, I started watching you guys when I was in middle school, and what was pretty much my inception into YouTube skits. This video is a favorite. Oh, that's awesome to hear. Thank you so much for giving money. Now check this out. Look, Big Flipping Boss, he threw $5 our way. Mm-hmm. Goldie throwing $20. Is that Canadian? Oh, so that's like
I think it's like 75 cents.
Yeah, it's like 75 cents. So such an underrated channel. It's great to see both of you again. Thank you, Goldie.
Thank you, Goldie. So if Big Flippin' Boss gets feet pics, what the fuck does Goldie get for 20 Canadian?
She gets toe pics.
Okay. You don't want that. Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to welcome in a couple of guests. And give me a second. Let me get something ready to go. So the first guest, his name is AJ Morales. He was in the first 4 or 5 years of Greg and Lou. He was our director and co-writer. He's responsible for a ton of the videos you love, especially Wolverine's Claws Suck. And he was also in a bunch of videos. So let's take a look at what AJ looks like.
Excuse me, is this the King Lear audition?
Excuse me, is this the King Lear audition?
That was AJ.
I am a big, bright, shining star.
What a dick. So yeah, Dirk may cram my 13 inches into any dark hole in front of a camera, but you won't catch me sticking even a single inch in cable.
I'm really, really sorry.
AJ Morales, what's up, AJ? Good to see you, buddy.
Hello. It's
Hello.
strange that the tank top, Al Pacino, weird, can't even remember the reference. A thing is the thing I'm most embarrassed or mortified about. Everything
I
else,
love that shot so much, AJ. Was that an Al Pacino reference?
I don't know. There was a ha-ha, which was like maybe
Was it
like a
Pacino?
vague. I don't know.
So, in case you guys don't know, like I said before, this is AJ Morales. He was our co-writer and director from the inception of Greg and Lou all the way up to 2010. AJ, tell the people about yourself.
Well, yeah. I was with Greg and Lou. I was with like Hammer Cats before that. I came up. I was doing sketch comedy in undergrad and grad school. Went to grad school for writing. And like shortly after getting out of that was like starting to work in video games, but also didn't want to like stop doing comedy and really like had an opportunity to work with this team and make a lot of really kind of fun sketches. We had very different voices. We were coming from very different perspectives, I think it's safe to say. But we're always willing to find like the overlap that like made things really weird. And I think Wolverine's Claws was like probably the best example of that, where like it was interesting being in the lobby and listening to you guys. I thought it was my idea. So now we have like a three-way tie.
Oh, I can't wait to get into this.
Well, wait a minute. Hey, AJ, what charges are still happening on your credit card?
What? None. I bought myself out of that. I'm pretty clear. My student debt loans are paid off. It's great.
So you brought up something really good. We all met at NYU, something we probably should talk about. We all met at NYU at a group you created called the Wicked Wicker Hammer Cats.
Yep. I had done a sketch group in undergrad and came to NYU when there wasn't one. And I realized I didn't have like a social way to interact with people if I wasn't doing sketch comedy. And so I started a new group and found, no, deeply sad. I mean, all comedy is, but no, we just found a lot of like-minded people doing cool comedy, and it grew into the Hammer Cats. The Hammer Cats is not just what was at UCB, but also I think what might still be at NYU.
They're still around NYU. And in case you guys don't know, the Hammer Cats had a ton of, I'm sure a lot of you guys do know about the Hammer Cats, but in case you don't, a ton of great people that went on to do amazing things. Donald Glover, Rachel Bloom, Dan Greger, Doug Mann, DC Pearson, Dominic Durkas, tons and tons of amazing people that I'm sure you guys have heard of. But yeah, that was a group that AJ started at NYU that Lou and I have been together ever since then.
It's strange to think how long we've known each other and known this incredible group of people. So it was like a nice flashpoint. And it was funny too, because like I think a lot of us getting into it originally, we were very excited. We cared a lot about Mr. Show with Bob and David. We cared a lot about The State, which also went to NYU. You know, we were both trying to use the springboard of our inspirations, but of like to do the thing, but also be our own thing. So it really like it just let a lot of really, really great comic minds kind of bounce off each other and figure out like who they wanted to be, you know?
Right. And then after NYU, I'm sorry, Lou. Let me just say this real quick. After NYU, we started performing at the UCB Theater, the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater. And we had a weekly show, I think for like over a year, we had a weekly show there.
Yeah. We had 2 weekly shows because we had an abundance of cast.
We had way too many people. Go ahead, Lou. What were we going to say?
No, and what I was going to say is that, AJ really, treated our, comedy group as if it was, a real acting troupe. So it was, a real emphasis on like writing, rewriting, putting stuff up, rehearsing. That, I think it's a real testament to, the impact that, AJ had on us, where it's like, you had to work for it, and it's like, we didn't, even as young kids, like we didn't settle for like, okay, this draft is good enough. We had to keep building on it. So
yeah, I remember we used to do rehearsals until like 3 a.m. in your apartment.
I do think
doing it late.
I came from a theater background, so I think there was a strength to it, and I think maybe there was a weakness to it where sometimes you just gotta like, it can't be too practiced. You have to be loose with it. You have to figure it out. And then also it's important to say we did a lot of stage like we did so much live comedy that when in this point when like Wolverine claws and a lot of stuff was coming to film, it's like it's filmed now, and it's like you just got to kind of shoot and forget it. Like you have to kind of just go. And I think I had a really hard time like not being like, let's do it 8 more times. Let's really leave our editors something to have.
AJ had a little bit of a Stanley Kubrick streak in him. But with that, I think, just looking at this video and sort of, if you want to call it like a historical context, it's sort of like, when this came out, it was, I've heard a lot of people describe it as like the early days of YouTube, kind of like the wild, wild west, where I remember I was talking to this one guy, and he said, yeah, there was a time when you would just put in the word comedy and like Greg and Lou videos would pop up. Like it was like that was how, easy of the search function.
Who's that guy? I would love to talk to that guy.
Was he lying to me? Was he lying to me? I didn't make that up.
You typed in the word comedy and Greg and Lou came up? That's weird.
He said that he would find, he would find. Maybe
he
was
related to you, this guy, Lou?
Maybe he was hitting on me. I don't know.
I think he was.
No, you know what? No, he definitely was. He was hitting on me because the next thing he said is he's like, yeah, then I typed in the word love and you popped up, Lou. So
yeah, I think
but
also,
anyway,
Big Flippin' Boss, I love the quotes. We will get to that, I assume.
Oh, we will. Yeah, we'll get to all this stuff. All right, you know what? Let me bring in the other.
Wait. Before we bring in the most important guy, we have a few people in the super chats here, which we really appreciate.
We got on AJ, Lou.
We have Flapstick, who says the best comedy duo of all time, hands down. Thank you both for shaping my sense of humor since the first time I saw the basketball trick shots video. LOL. Great to see y'all back in action. Wow, that was real. Oh, thank you so much. Really appreciate that, Flapstick. And then we got the Lemonaded, who's throwing up some pounds. There British we go.
Pounds.
Hey all. Oh, hey Al.
Hey Al.
Yeah, John. Love you guys. Thank you. We love you.
I appreciate that.
That was real.
All right, let me toss this up real quick. So the last guy we're going to bring in, his name is Paul Rondeau. He was our director of photography, and he is responsible for all the incredible effects from Wolverine's Claws Suck. But also, Paul Rondeau was in a few videos as well. And we're going to check out a couple of Paul's.
I'm so sorry, Paul. I was there.
Great to see. Here we
That's actually really good analysis.
And he definitely needs about a 4 to 6 month cycle of Daraball mixed with bull semen.
3.
Do it.
2.
Wait, no.
Sergeant Connolly?
Sorry, Bruce. What's the best way to go about jerking off in one of these things?
The way you reach climax, sir.
The way you reach climax. The way you reach climax. That's good. That's spoken.
And that's your boy Paul Rondeau right there. Paul Rondeau, what's up, buddy? Good to see you.
Hey, Internet. How's it going?
Hey, Internet. Were you thinking about that backstage? Did you have that ready to go?
No. That just hit me right now. Like, it just comes to you sometimes.
Paul, back to back, your 3 versus my 3. I'll take your 3 anytime. The beard is epic.
Well, it's pretty amazing that both Paul and AJ just witnessed their Oscars in memoriams.
Yeah,
so.
right.
So, real quick, let me toss this up as well.
Yeah.
We have Paul in here, and Paul is responsible for all of the effects from Wolverine's Claws Suck. This is the first video that Paul ever sent us with the claw test.
Oh.
Ow!
Again, incredible acting, Paul.
What was the music? Wait, hold on. What was that song
He
in the
was so
background?
disheartened by it. He
was
was
that-
like,
was that
he was
Prince?
motivated to
What
walk
was
out of
that?
shop. Like, he's like, I'm over this. Watch before the end. Disheartening.
Is this like it's like an 80s romance
Yeah,
movie? It's
Well,
like
what
a-
was
an-
going on
go
in your
Prince.
apartment when that's all right?
Who
So
knows?
so we'll get to you talking about that, but we went from that, and then this was the first video that Paul sent us when he tested the actual claw effects on Lou.
Every time they come out, they cut my hands again. Why did we get the mutant healing?
Totally holds up. 100% modern contemporary standards, HD standards holds up.
So Paul, how do you feel? You
Thanks.
want to comment on those videos? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it took a lot of figuring it out because I didn't go to school for effects, and
Yeah, talk about that because a little background information for you guys. We shot this thing with an agreement with crack.com. So this premiered on crack.com. If you guys remember crack.com.
I do
We
not.
shot this. What's that, AJ?
I do not remember.
You don't remember crack.com? Wow. Fuck
No,
you.
no, okay, no. Sorry, continue. I'm
You don't
gonna
remember
stop.
any of this? Okay, so we had an exclusive with crack.com to premiere this video, I believe for a week. So they would have this video for a week, and then it came back to us, and that's when we posted it on YouTube. So we shot this with a deadline in mind. And essentially, after we shot the actual sketch, Paul Rondeau had 5 days to do the graphics for this, to do all the claw effects.
Oh my god.
I forgot
and
it was
then
that short.
It was short.
Yeah,
I checked
it was
the
very
email.
fast. I
checked
forgot
the
to, and oh my god.
So, Paul, talk about. I'm pretty sure you spent like 2 all-nighters. You had like 48 hours straight working on this. So, talk
I
about.
feel like back then I was just constantly doing all-nighters, and for not a lot of money.
Sure.
Yeah,
And we
I
thank you
remember
for that.
we had like enough budget to get, and this has definitely been called out, one actual set of replica claws that
They were on a plaque. They were like a commemorative X-Men thing on a plaque, and we had to unscrew them. And so, like, there's some shots where Lou, in particular, has practical metal claws that look really nice. And then we have a second half set that's like carved out of like styrofoam or something, and spray painted.
It was tinfoil. Was it a tinfoil?
No, it was like plastic. It was like 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch plastic.
I'm pretty sure those claws are mostly on me, and they're shooting out like everywhere.
Yeah, it's Lady Deathstrike. If anybody actually cares about the comics,
I do, AJ. We'll get to that as well later. But go ahead, Paul. So we had practical, really good looking claws, and then we had practical, really fucked up looking claws. And then you had to do all the CGI effects of the claws actually popping out of the skin.
Right. And I was just hoping that the weird little gore tracking marks that we had would be enough to work with. And for the most part, it was. There was one shot that probably took me, half of that 5 days, which is the weird shot when Lou actually sticks the claws through.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that one. It was the one through the hand.
Oh, through the hand. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that one took that because then things are going all over. The great thing about this, and I don't know if anyone it was clear or not, but basically we just took the old arrow through the head with the wire gag.
The old Steve Martin gag.
Yeah, the old Steve, and we did that with claws. So
Like
it's
a
just
band.
a headband holding the
I'm
claws.
gonna get the video set up so that we can look at it while you talk about it. But keep on talking, keep on going, keep on rocking in the free world.
I remember thinking like, this is going to be awesome. I'm going to put so much effort into it. I can't wait to see what space you guys get for the doctor's office.
Oh shit! Call us out, Paul. Get ahead. We had a very plain white room that we shot at the UCB Training Center,
which had one green wall in it.
Which had one green wall, and then both sides had other rooms where people were screaming terrible improv. While
And
we were
I
shooting.
think we had some shelves we dressed with some books, so you knew because doctors read books. I mean, This
Yeah,
is
I
a
mean, you know, you go into my doctor's office. There's actually too many books.
Just like,
yeah.
Really quick, and I'm sorry as a sidebar. I think Greg's queuing some stuff up. Paul, how angry are you now that anybody using Instagram, Facebook, anything just has a filter that can do motion tracking so much more sophisticatedly and automatically than you having to move the actual anchor points for every piece of rotation of very basic 3D geo?
I'm not so upset. Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
All right, so let's sort of talk through this. Oh, that's just me. Hang on. There we go. Let's sort of talk through this. So that's Craig Rowan. I asked Craig to come on very last minute, and Craig was like, "I can't. I got kids." So that wasn't happening.
Not a good excuse, Craig. I have 2 kids too. So just say that. Oh, but people might recognize Craig from what was it? Your pretty face is going to hell. Is that...
Yes, he's a fantastic comedian.
Very, very, very charming, nice, and hilarious human being.
And we were lucky to get him because he was very funny in this very short scene as a doctor. And
very short.
It's a short scene as a doctor. No.
Yeah. Okay. My number one writing thing, looking back on this, is was there any way to set this premise up faster?
Oh.
Yeah, we could post-mortem this later, you know.
Sure. All right. Let's just sort of we'll watch through right now. And I don't know, maybe this will be awkward, but we'll see. Here we go. Wolverine's claws suck.
Okay, before we get started, do you have any questions?
Nope, we're just really excited.
Yeah, we've read all the literature. We know all the risks. We still want mutant powers.
Yeah, we've been saving up for this for years.
Yeah, $50,000 a piece. Here you go. One check. Wow.
Oh, wow. Mutant powers. It's finally happening, bro. No.
Okay. Everything seems to be in order, and we're just gonna get. Oh, this is embarrassing.
What's wrong?
Well, for the mutant power you want implanted, you wrote Wolverine. I'm afraid Wolverine isn't a mutant power at all. It's 2 mutant powers.
No, it's not.
Adamantium claws and mutant healing. For that procedure, I would have to charge you $100,000 a piece.
But that's all the money we have.
I sold my house.
Okay, well, that doesn't need to be a problem. You can choose which power you want. Adamantium claws or mutant healing.
Adamantium claws
or mutant healing.
Adamantium claws or mutant healing. Oh, they're both good.
Are we watching the whole video? What are we doing?
You're just watching the doctor part.
We'll take the claws.
All right, we'll stop it there. Okay, so that was the disgusting doctor's office with the green room and with Craig Rowan. And also Craig saying the line that has been commented on. Probably the most specific comment that we get is that Wolverine does not, his power is not adamantium claws because adamantium was added later. He has bone.
But bone claws was a mutant power. Like I know the dialectic's going to go crazy on this.
We argued about this, AJ. I don't know if you remember, but we argued about this. It was the easiest way to just say it was a power was the adamantium claws. And
yeah, no, I mean, I was on board with that for the sketch purpose, but yeah, I knew. That
I had my reservations. I'll tell you what, guys. It's been 15 years. I've been signed with the whole time. One thing
you need to know about Lou is he is like an absolutist to Marvel.
Look, real quick, name a Marvel superhero that's not from the X-Men.
Yeah. There's got to be one named Bruce, right? Bruce.
So
yes,
guys,
actually.
Let us know in the chat how you feel about us overlooking the fact that Wolverine, his power wasn't adamantium claws, it was bone claws and mutant healing. Those were his powers.
And Greg, I'm going to bring up. We have another super chat.
Oh,
this is one of your powers. This is your mutant power again from Big Flippin' Boss. $5 coming our way. Greg, how did you master the artistry of saying "fuck" so well?
Oh, I appreciate that. I love saying the word.
Why are you so good? How'd you get so good at fucking, Greg?
You have about 17 attacks on the word.
It's Staten Island. I say it so well because I was born and raised in Staten Island, New York, home of the fuck. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
I remember taking the ferry out, and I saw a sign that said that. So.
Yeah, home of the fuck.
Yeah.
All right. So, Paul, what did you think about that? What do you remember from that doctor's office scene?
Oh yeah, I mean, we shot it really fast, and then it was because the room was so boring. And I think it was that, and also because I knew it was going to be a smash cut to just this long shot, and in order to have this sort of build up at all, I got really squirrely with the camera moves. And I remember like one of the early comments was like, "What drunk monkey shot this?" And I think, then I had someone else like say like, "Oh yeah, that? It looked like old De Palma or something." And I'm like, "Oh, thanks, man." And then drunk monkey De Palma. I don't know.
So Paul, it sounds like that has stuck with you when you read that comment.
Every comment, right? Yeah.
That's so. Here's the thing, though. I love the fact that we shot this all tight. I love the fact that we didn't try to throw in a wide shot and for coverage. I love the fact that we shot it tight and it's just reverse and a 2-shot. And
I
AJ,
think,
how do you feel? AJ, you directed this. How do you feel now?
I remember I was talking to a friend today about like the run up to this, and I remember just saying like, I remember this being 2.5 pages of the lead up, and like you want to get to the chaos, but you need to set it up properly and really set up the joke. And I think we had several sketches that were like set up the characters, and then there is there's been a mistake sort of thing that leads to like the thing. But I remember in the room thinking like, this is taking too long. And so I remember giving a lot of directions like, okay, shave this thing, change this, like cut a little faster. But it was very hard to do it was easier to do for the Craig stuff, and it was harder to do for the interplay between you and Greg. You and Lou. In that your interaction was so fun. You like it was written as so goofy, and you guys were so like, and similar to like the idea was like, that's not how mutant powers work in the actual Marvel comics, is like everything was written from almost the mentality of a child. That like when you guys were back and forth, like, yeah, we're having fun, we're doing this, we literally saved up all this money. It's like it was hard to bite into that. It was hard to tell you guys to rush that.
So yeah, what I remember, because I remember you giving those notes, and what I remember thinking was that if we look so innocent and happy here, it's just going to be that much funnier when we cut.
Yeah, the contrast was really important.
Yeah. So Lou, what were you going to say?
Well, this one goes out to Paul. It's from Edward Snowman. Edward Snowman. The shaky cam technique is so effective, you could hardly tell that Omega Red isn't even in the room with them.
Lou, who's Omega Red? You know what Omega Red is?
Good guy. Real good guy.
Omega Red is a Russian mutant villain.
No, he's Canadian. He's Canadian, isn't he?
No, he's Russian, dude. He's not Canadian. So, someone in the chat correct me if I'm wrong. I'm 100%.
No, I'm thinking about the Canadian like superhero force that Wolverine was a part of.
You're thinking of Alpha Flight. It's not.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Alpha Flight. You're right.
Omega Red's Russian.
So I'm absolved.
But since you are Canadian now, AJ.
Oh, that's right.
How much is 20 Canadian dollars?
Oh God, it's bad. It's like 20
75 cents.
Like okay. 20 Canadian dollars is I don't want to say it's 15 Canadian dollars, but it's probably not 16.50 right now exchange rate.
That sounds good to me. Thank you, Paul, for
Canadians in the chat. All the Canadian fans of this group in the chat, please give us an exchange rate.
AJ, did you see X-Men 97, the last episode? Have you been watching?
I have not. I have gone up to. I can't even talk about it without doing spoilers. So I'm very bad at that. But like, I'm 2 episodes out from caught up. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful show.
The end of finale. You saw that episode.
I saw.
You know what I mean?
I saw Rogue's heart break.
Yeah,
Is that big enough for spoilers? This is not a good exercise. Let's move on.
All right. Anyway.
Well, so one thing I want to say. I think part of what really helped the opening scene, and I think I hear you, AJ. When I'm looking back at it, I'm like, it's amazing that this video. I mean, it's got over 19 million views on YouTube alone. Like,
yeah, I'm looking at it from backwards 15 years in modern comic sensibility.
No, I know, and I'm amazed at like wow, people are, kind of sitting through this, through this buildup. But I think what makes it easier to do that is at the time, Paul's girlfriend was a composer, and she composed all this stuff, all this music, and she was so good at it that Paul ended up marrying her.
Jen's score really tied the timing together. I think it filled some gaps that I think would have maybe. I'm not sure this sketch would have become what it was.
This
The
music
score.
was my wedding song.
Lou, that was such a smooth transition, man. My man is so smooth. Jen, previously Hammaker, now Jen Rondeau, did do the score for this sketch, and it is pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
Paul, what instrument did she use for this?
I think she just plugged this into a keyboard and pulled up a bunch of MIDI instruments.
Oh, so it's AI. Okay, great.
No, that's not what AI is.
Not exactly.
It turns out Paul's wife is AI. This whole time.
She just plugged a USB cord into her neck, and the music came out.
What's funny though is that she did play the theremin. I think she might continue to play the theremin, and that's like an electrical field thing that people that don't know what AI is could say was AI.
Electrical. What did you say, AJ? Electrical field?
Yeah, there's a field like they're using a magnetic, like the theremin benefits from.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you don't actually touch it.
Oh, okay. All right. So one thing I'll say, AJ, about it being so slow in the beginning, now that we got through the electrical field theremin conversation, is that one of the comments that we got a few times was that the sketch should actually end after the reveal of the claws. We got that comment a lot in the beginning. Is that once you reveal the claws, which I get, I understand. Once you get reveal, it should just end there. But obviously, we go on with a whole like 3 more beats of jokes after that, and it's a lot of fun.
Okay, so here's a weird like comedy theory. I think that because it took so long to get there, yes, you cut it off at the It's a functional.
Did
sketch.
I drop out, or did you guys drop? Oh, I must have dropped out.
I think if you cut it off at the it's a functional sketch. I think it's a good sketch, but it's a long walk around the park to get a laugh. Where I enjoyed writing it was how the two of you interacted with the nightmare trauma of what it is. And when I'm looking at the chat and a lot of the quotes, they're not coming from the first half. They're coming from the second half of the development of two idiots' understanding of the bad decision that they made. And it's sinking in further and further. And then the logic sinking in a weird, perverse way. And like, I don't know.
Well, let's watch it and talk about it as we watch it. I'll bring the sound down on it, and we could talk about it. So here's the big reveal coming up.
We'll take the claws.
You guys are great on that.
Why did we take the claws? Why did we do this?
So right here, you guys can see what we talked about before. Lou has the awesome claws on his hands. And then in the background, you see the fucked up. Look how wide these fucking claws are on my hand.
You're barely holding them together. You were having to like scrunch your fists.
So much.
Look at that! Oh my god!
Every time they come out, they cut my hand.
I think yours look more painful because of it.
They do, yeah.
Why won't they go back in?
Oh, I almost got it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be
You have to be calm or they won't go in. I hate blood. I can't calm down. Well, you have to be calm.
So I feel like this would be a good point to talk about how and when we shot this. We shot this in Astoria, Queens, at Paul Rondeau's apartment.
Actually, at this point,
no.
Oh, it was AJ's?
Well, Paul had lived there before, and he moved out, and Miriam and I had took over his lease.
Okay.
So
we don't need to
had
get
to fucking clean this up. There's corn syrup everywhere. You guys were all great. You did a great job cleaning and striking the set, but the set was our house. And weeks later, we're finding red corn syrup everywhere.
Well, that's the gift that keeps on giving, Clark.
Yeah, Miriam was like, I remember that robot lamp in the corner. I love that lamp.
So we shot this in a really big fucking heat wave too, because it was the end of April, but it was 90 degrees in New York when we shot this. So it was sweltering heat. We had corn syrup and fake blood all over us, and
lights.
I have
whatever lights that Paul brought.
Yeah, I have a thing where I especially back then I hated sticky stuff. Like I hated the corn syrup and all that, and I had like some behind my neck, and I'm getting flashbacks of just that gross fucking feeling of it. And that shoot, I remember me just being miserable. I was so unhappy.
What was the practical blood, Paul? Like, was it just corn syrup? Did we have a special blood formula? Because we used a lot of it.
I feel like we had both. I kind of remember a big, dark, like jug of something.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it was. We probably bought like something from what was that makeup store on
Halloween City?
Halloween City. We probably bought like a giant jug of that, and then we mixed it though. It wasn't just that. We mixed it with something else. I forget what though.
Yeah. It was very fun to clean off everything I owned.
But this was also like we shot this. We definitely started when it was still sunlight out. So like 5, 6 o'clock probably. But then we went well past midnight. So it was really fucking late that we were screaming and covered in blood.
I also feel like in the room we had to like look at, is this take so good that we're okay for the light spilling through the windows, like sort of thing, like because some of the early takes were good, but I think we had to cut them because like we have shots like this we're frozen on. It had to be dark outside.
I remember that. Paul, what else do you remember about shooting this?
I'm trying to remember. We didn't set up a jib in here, did we?
No.
Okay.
No, there's no
but
jib.
Yeah, this was back when all the lights were actual hot lights, not the like nice, cool LED lights that everyone uses now. And
that's you guys are living in a magical time. That was not the case.
Yeah. Yeah. I look forward to talking about other things.
I know that. Oh my God.
Okay, so Paul, talk about these shots. How long did it take you to make these? How long did you labor over the details of these shots?
I mean, obviously, like I probably spent way longer than I should have. And looking at it now, I'm like, there's so many things I might do differently, but yeah, like one of the things was figuring out how to like get some runny blood texture on the claws. And just them going in and out. Honestly, I feel like that shot wasn't so bad in the close-up of Lou. It's when we get into claws later on that it just took forever because you guys are just moving all over the place.
All right, but how about this though? One of the comments, or a ton of the comments we got when we first released this, is that these claws look so much better than Wolverine Origins, which the reason we made this sketch is because Wolverine Origins was coming out.
Right.
And how the fuck did you do this better than the giant?
Yeah. The main scene everyone complains about, I think, is that bathroom scene in Wolverine Origins.
Yeah. That one's really bad. But also, even when he's just coming out of the fucking, the thing with the claws, that just doesn't, it looks like he's holding the fake shit that we were holding as opposed to.
He probably was. Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's what it was part of that too.
That because the technique we used when you guys are actually holding the claws is the technique they were using for most of those movies.
Which is what?
Which is the claws that come out.
Practical
claws that have these wires that hook around into this dowel that you're then grabbing to hang on to them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think when they made the replicas, they just copied that whole setup.
Hey, Lou, real quick, could you highlight Ronnie Shama's actually, the first actually tonight? So Wolverine's 3 powers: mutant healing, adamantium claws, and heightened senses.
Yeah, so, I was going to call that out earlier.
Technically, he's got strength as well. Like his powers are all over the place.
I think Ronnie's actually got it, and if we do make a sequel, which I think Big Flipping Boss asked for, like we're going to talk about like heightened senses as like the dark horse and what you pay $10,000 or whatever for.
So just smelling like shit.
Yeah,
and stuff
I mean that's That's a very significant.
Lou has that power. He smells things out of nowhere. And
every time the claws pop out, I just start smelling ass. Like I just like I don't want to smell ass no more.
Smell like ass. But he's got strength. He's got mutant strength. He's got mutant speed. He's got a lot of powers. He's
also the Ronnie, you actually left out one power. Big Flippin' Boss nails it. Wolverine got that tank top power.
Yeah.
Right?
He got that tank top power.
Was this a conscious choice? I don't remember. We're like, does Wolverine wear this, or was it just this is the best way to showcase blood and bare skin?
Or it's like, oh, you got a guy from Staten Island and a guy from Queens. Obviously, they're going to be wearing.
You showed up on set and we're like, let's roll with it.
I refuse to say fuck if I'm not wearing a tank top.
I had real blood on me, and they're like, "Well, you got to get rid of that." And I'm like, "Well, it's a Queens thing."
I do remember talking about this, AJ, and it was showing skin. Neither of us were in incredible shape where we could just go shirtless, but we wanted to show skin. And tank tops was the best way to do that.
Both of you were in better shape than me, so it didn't make sense to me. It was like, why wouldn't you want to show this off? And you were like, no,
I would wear tank tops all the time if I were you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's keep going with this and see what we.
Holy shit! Did you cut off your nipple? What? Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Lou! I think I just stabbed myself in the chest.
All right, so let's talk about that practical effect, AJ. Do you remember that?
That's the easiest one, right? Because it's like
it was just
we just had to put a board on your back with three things stepping out, and then you just had to put your fist to thing. Like that was easy peasy.
I think I had the wire going over the top.
Over the shoulder thing.
That's really?
I was holding.
I do not remember that.
Yeah, I was holding the other side. So it was a thing that went over the shoulder that I was holding the other side of. That's what it was. So it wasn't like
that helps you match the bounce motion. I think that makes sense. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we were pretty smart about that. It looks fucking awesome.
Please, God, wake me up! Wake me up! Lou, you have to help me. Please help me. Okay. Just don't move.
All right, so Paul, how about that effect?
Okay, I spent so many hours working on this shot, and the weird animal noise that is coming out of Lou just looped over and over in my head.
Let's hear it again.
Please help me. Okay. Just don't move.
So editors have to, that's the editor's nightmares. They have to hear every sound 100 times.
Yeah, especially because I was, all the snickety snicked sounds and the like meaty slashing sounds have to they have to sell it, and I don't know why. I just
but Paul, you're having to match a moving hand. You're having to mask it behind Lou's very moving head. This is hard.
And then there's the moves that Greg's doing dictate what the claws are doing.
Look at that! Oh my god, it looks insane.
But you're also masking it behind Lou's head, which I can't imagine. I mean.
Yeah,
that part just cutting Lou's
looks
head
like
out.
Lou's deep throating the claws right
now. Yeah, Paul, you really would have loved to edit that. Just me just going, just on the claws.
This might not be a great content for comedy, but Paul, what were you using as a suite? Was it just Final Cut Pro? Were you
also,
using
Paul, what were you dressed as? Like, what did you have on when you were editing this? What did that look like?
I don't think I own a tank top.
What were you eating?
There was probably a cat on the computer, on the desk.
I'm sorry, AJ. What did you just ask? What editing?
I want to know what software he was using because at the time, all of this stuff was very difficult.
After Effects?
After Effects, and I had a student version of Maya.
Okay. Why do you think you were able to make this look so much better than they did in the movie?
Obviously, it's not. I think one thing they did in the movie that I thought was weird is like whenever they come out in so many scenes, like that bathroom scene, it's like they avoided putting any blood on the claws, and they
Uh-huh.
just come out and they're like just super shiny. And I guess I get it that the mutant healing would keep it from having any blood.
No, I
And
bet
maybe-
that was because of the rating. I bet that was they were worried about the rating of that.
But
Yeah.
it also doesn't let it match the lighting of the scene when you make something super shiny. So like I think Paul was
Yeah.
very onto something there.
And nowadays, I don't know if they were doing what they would do now is they would do like a 360 high dynamic range picture of the set so that that's all reflecting onto something shiny. Or the cheap version of that is they bring in the like chrome sphere, which did anyone see Nope?
Yes.
They do that and it spooks the horse, blah blah blah. You've probably seen it.
I don't know what you're talking. I saw Nope, but I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It happens early on when they're filming a horse, and yeah.
That's what I was going for with my guttural.
Well, Paul, that was something with Greg and Lou is we could never show them mirrored surfaces.
Just turn it off. Oh shit.
It's just one of the best.
All right, so this is again, that's the shoulder thing we had is now on my head essentially. So AJ, if you remember,
Yes.
Lou is holding the other side of that thing that is now wrapped around my head. And that's just a really fucking funny effect. It's fantastic.
And your face is Robert Downey Jr. You got going on right there.
Is it like what movie? What Downey Jr. movie?
Back to School.
Back to School. I love that.
Back to School.
Robert
Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Dangerfield.
Yep.
Did you hit brain? Oh, Greg, did you hit brain? Probably a little.
All right. Right there. Paul, how about that effect?
I love how there's this itchy and scratchy element to watching this. I mean, that's actually, that was a little bit trickier because those are fake claws that have to pop out of the head.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was
I mean,
definitely tracking.
It looks seamless.
Thanks, man.
A little.
And you had the blood spurt out. How long do you think that took you?
The blood spurts, those weren't too terribly long. I'm sure tracking his face around probably took a lot longer than I wanted it to.
Mm-hmm.
But then after this, it's just that those practical arrow through the head claws for the rest of it.
Hanging on every word, Paul. Way to keep
I
it
know.
going.
I'm sorry, dude.
So that's, but no, those are fake though. I think the left side's fake, Paul, because we only had one shoulder rig, right?
No, I thought I made two.
I think this is both.
I think
I
the
could be
left
wrong.
side's fake.
What do
no?
the viewers think? Which one are the fake claws?
Do you think we had two rigs?
I
Maybe
do.
we did. Okay, Paul, you feel confident that we had two rigs?
Because I knew that we had to do this shot. I mean,
that would make sense. Okay, all right, let's keep going.
And also, if you look at your hands, you're grabbing something.
It does look like we're grabbing something. You're right.
Or we're just really good actors.
Yeah, that's also possible.
I can say
AJ was about to say no fucking way.
I'm not positive you were grabbing something.
Did you hit brain? Probably a little. Okay.
That's fake. That shot is fake.
Yeah.
Those are
That
fake
shot's fake.
claws.
Yeah, but that's not the double shot.
I know, but why wouldn't we use it for that shot?
Wait, no,
because they have to retract in that shot.
Those are
any shot where they're not moving.
AJ, you clever girl. You
Those are
clever
the
girl,
props.
AJ. We're about to get to it. All right, let's keep going.
Okay. Truce. Right. On the count of three, we'll both let our bodies go completely relaxed.
Those are fake.
One,
Those
two,
are real. Those are fake.
Those are fake.
two.
They're all the.
What comes after two? What? What comes after two? Fuck. What comes after two?
Paul's right. They're real the whole time.
Cookie? Oh, we should have taken the mutant healing. Cookie.
All right. How do you guys feel about Cookie? What is your favorite quote from Wolverine's Claws Suck? Is it Cookie? Is it something else? Let us know in the chat. Sorry. So the shots on me are the fake.
No, I think they're both. I think Paul's right. I think they're both the fake ones because
Well, when you
only
say fake,
when you collapse.
they're both practical.
Yeah, they're both
They're
practical.
both practical.
Yeah, because only when you collapse and fall to the ground do they need
Those
to
are
come
fake.
back.
Those are CGI, dude.
Those are practicals.
No way.
100%.
Yeah, I was fooled by the
100%.
glint off them, but I do think now that I've been looking at them longer in motion, I think Paul's 100% right.
I don't know, Paul. Paul, I don't know.
The other thing is that they're made entirely of cake.
Poll. Hey, Lou, how do you do a poll? Can we do a poll?
Good. I don't know if we could do a poll
chat?
here.
Tell me how to do a poll?
I don't know. I don't know how to do it.
All right, Lou, try to do a poll.
Who out there knows how to do a poll? If you're a fan of Greg and Lou, you've been waiting 15 years for this poll right now.
I love that you guys were like we're trying to focus on the comedy, and then Paul and I are geeking out on the effects, and then you guys get sucked in, and now we're all just talking about the effects, and I love it.
I just wanna go with the flow, baby. So I'm looking at this shot. Those look like CGI to me. That looks like CGI to me.
It's the shininess of the low resolution of what HD film was at the time. I'm pretty sure those are practical.
And it's because
AJ, I love your
all right,
copy.
look at
I love
the
your
edge,
copy, AJ.
So if you look at the edge of Lou's
Andrew
face,
Powers says real fake claws or
you
fake,
see how
fake
Lou's
claws.
got an edge light hitting his cheek, right?
Yeah.
And it's coming up from the bottom, hitting the front of his nose.
Uh-huh.
That's also hitting the claws in the same direction.
Okay. So you're saying you couldn't fake that?
I could have. No, yeah, I totally could have.
I believe in you, Paul. I believe you can do anything.
I knew that the practical claws, as much as we could use them, were the way to go, and I would have used.
I feel like we could easily take this in a completely different direction. Just say who was really behind the claws here? Who really are the claws faked? Who's behind it?
Are we conspiracy theorying the claws? Is that,
Yes.
is that the bit?
Yes. Like I know that we were all involved at the making of this, video,
So
but who wasn't?
else. Someone else.
There's
was
someone
actually-
else out there.
Mhm. And they've been waiting 15 years to.
Yeah, and I'm sure that they're a. If you're out there, throw some money in the super chat. And
Lou, I'm sure you had a lot of confidence when you started whatever that was. How do you feel about it now?
you know, I
do you
feel
feel
like
about that, Lou?
I feel like at any moment I could just pretend like the power went out and close this computer down
and just bail on the whole interview and
just
you're
bail
gone.
on this whole thing, man.
Hey, Greg, how does this sketch end?
Let's see. Let's find out right now.
Cookie.
All right, so I still think those are fucking fake, man.
Hit the full screen on this. Oh.
So those are fake.
Those are
They
definitely
have-
fake. Yeah,
Yeah,
those
they have
are-
to come. We have the benefit of the far shot.
You know what we should do? You know what we should do right now? That no one's gonna care about. Let's track. Look at that face. Look at that fucking dumb face. Hang on. All right, let's track that. Okay, to the shot of when the claws shoot out. That's how we figure it out.
Back and to the left. Back
and
to the left.
and to
You
the
know,
right.
15 years ago, I would have anticipated this exact pixel peeping.
Here we go. Ready?
Sure.
All right.
Very different.
All right,
And in
very
different places.
different. I rescind. I am wrong. I am wrong. I've never felt more ashamed in my life than right now.
Well, I think what's important to underscore, and this is not just me because I've learned a lot about visual effects in the last 15 years. I'm so old. Paul was a wizard to us. I think it's very important to not understate. We were amazed in what we had in a friend and a collaborator that he was able to make these things happen.
There's
Because
one. I do have an Achilles heel.
Yes.
Which
is
car explosions.
All right, we'll get to that in a second. Paul.
At
We're
least
still-
back in the day.
But Paul made things happen that made this sketch possible because we wrote a lot of nonsense and there was a lot of sketches we never made because we just could not figure out how to do them.
Yes.
And Paul looked at the script and says, "I think I can do that." And we're like, okay, and the fact that it came together as well as it did at the time it happened
AJ,
was
it's a great point. Let us know in the chat, because I think we did a lot of funny stuff in this. There's a lot of funny stuff, but let us know in the chat. Would this still have been as funny and as memorable if the graphics weren't so legit? I feel like the answer is no, and that is all Paul. That is 100% Paul.
Oh, shucks.
Did you hit brain? Probably a little.
Yep. That's me doing some Stallone face right there.
All right, let's go to the end.
What comes after 2? Cookie? Oh, we should have taken the mutant healing. Cookie.
All right, so that shot. So the fact that the fake claws then retract. Because right now we have 2. Each of us have the practical fake claws on our heads, right?
No. When you're on the ground, I think they're not real at all.
Play it out. Did we do a jump cut?
No, we didn't do a jump cut. It's all one shot.
Let's play it out.
Because those are on the right side. The claws are fucked
just
up.
Play it for a second.
Just play it, but then we'll talk. Well,
I'm going to leave just for a second, not out of embarrassment for what I did earlier. I just got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, do it.
All right, you're old. So Flopstick said the answer is no, because for the time, this was so out of left field in terms of VFX quality, script quality, etc., etc. Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you very much.
I will tell you with confidence that this was CJ the whole way through, because this was you guys lying on the floor with your fists to each other's head, and we did this take like 10 times. 3, 2, 1. Collapse, and your collapses were like spasms, and we had to dial them in, and we had to play them out a little bit more, like the flop that you guys had to do. There's no way.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, there's no way we would be holding practical claws, and then they suddenly just all disappear.
If he didn't do like a smash cut that was perfectly matched to the orientation of your heads, there was no way to do it. And for everything that Paul was capable of doing at the time, you weren't able to just mask this out. This was not like a fake, so I think the CG had to be there the entire time. We chose our favorite shot, and then we did that effect.
I honestly, okay, 2 things.
Yeah.
You guys have been saying that you were holding the other end of the claw thing the whole time. I'm pretty sure that I had it set up where it would just stay put, and you had your fist up against it. So when it was up against when you were doing this, you weren't actually holding it, you were just pressing up against it.
So you're gripping it.
I'm not 100% positive, but I think what we did was
I remember gripping it. I remember.
Paul, tell me if I'm wrong. I think maybe it's so funny that this is all making me remember. There was a dowel apparatus for the grip, and after a couple of shots, we got rid of it because it was shifting it on their heads while they were moving around. And so then we were just like, just press your thing. It's easier. Like we never test. We did the first time testing these practicals was in the room shooting the thing, 90-degree heat. Like we were figuring it out as we went.
I would say I would put money down that those are practical claws when you guys fall into shot, and we tell you to not move. So we yank the claws away. And then I just faked it on the jump cut.
Paul Rondeau, you son of a bitch. You think so? Let's see if we can catch it right now. That does look legit. We look like we fall down with practicals.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Oh, Paul, you might be right. Considering the fact that you considering the fact that you spent 72 fucking hours away staring at the
Edward Snowman, you're so generous to us that you think we had dailies or any sort of
dailies.
Hang
You
on.
just
Yeah,
reversed
I've
the
got
deal.
like an
Oh, bring
old
up the
hard
daily.
drive from a machine I can't plug it into
No.
anymore because it doesn't exist. Um,
Yeah, I think you're right, Paul. I think we yeah.
There's a flutter cut. Yeah, it's hard to see.
Paul, you're so good. You're so fucking good, Paul.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Thank you, dude.
Wow. How about that? What else do we think? Other thoughts?
Watching through this, there was a question that going into this, if it had ended there, it would have been a good sketch. I think, at least in the way that I remember writing it, it was like everything was still about you two's relationship as the characters of Greg and Lou, like which shifted from sketch to sketch, but it was doing two things that I really, really liked, which was internal logic of what is the logical conclusion of this thing, and also just the way in which you related to each other. And I think both of those things, like a lot of the lines I'm seeing quoted in the chat, are the lines from you guys sorting through the logic of what you did. And Greg, you have this tendency to, like, in a lot of sketches, go into like the man-child thing, and you went one beat earlier than when you got stabbed in the brain. Like the Lou, you gotta help me. You gotta help me. Before you got to Cookie, which made Cookie so much better. Like I don't know. I can't. I don't have the hubris to say if this is like, oh, it would have been better and not been better. But I will say that the writing, the relationship between you two guys in the chaos of the nonsense of this was way more fun than writing like the setup for it.
Sure. Yeah.
I think we probably cut 2 pages of additional banter of you guys in the throes of panic and blood and mayhem before we shot what we shot, and I'm happy for everything that got kept.
I wonder were there what beats were cut, because for 15 years I'm just so used to the progression of like
AJ,
the nipples gone and all that.
When you say beats that were cut, do you mean in the writing or in the shooting?
In the writing, no.
Yeah,
shooting, we did everything. Shooting, no question. But
we couldn't fuck around with this shoot because it was so specific.
Yeah, but I think everything that happens from the moment we smash cut to is really, really tight, and we go so many places in such a short amount of time, with the nipple getting cut, like the initial lament, the nipple getting cut, the hand, the brain, like, and then like the logic of, I think Big Flipping Boss maybe said in the chat, it was like, Cookie is so much funnier than any number, like that like just letting it really, really unravel and deteriorate was just so much fun.
Also, guys, the sketch is so believable that someone just wrote, "Wow, these guys are still alive." Yeah.
We made it.
Even I don't.
We didn't get the mutant healing. We made it.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not a comment on where have you guys been for so long. This is totally a comment on these guys died on video. Yeah,
not these comedians that have been lost to time. So we're sucking each other's dicks about how great this sketch is and how great Paul Rondeau's graphics are. But let's see
how great Paul Rondeau's dick is too.
How great Paul Rondeau's dick is. But let's see if we can look at something that maybe is not that great that Paul Rondeau did effects-wise. Let's see if we can bring this up. Oh my God! I didn't mean to be on that shot.
What?
That's my ass right there.
No, I know that ass.
We're here, so we're gonna sit on it.
We're gonna sit up. We all get a chance to sit on Greg's ass.
I honestly did not mean to be on that shot for this. So we're about to look at Die Comfortable, a parody that we did of the Hurt Locker. And I was standing naked in this sketch. I was standing naked in a Staten Island parking lot, as I'm wont to do on the weekends. And we're about to see some incredible graphics done by Paul Rondeau. So just let this play out.
No time, move, move, move. What? Come on, man.
No time, move, move, move.
All right, so Paul, Coming on the heels of the incredible Wolverine's Claws Suck, how do you feel about that terrible explosion?
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask him how's he feel about the way I ran, because that's how
We'll get to
that's
that
how I
later.
normally run.
Yeah, I did not have that tool set at that time.
No time. Move, move, move.
Lou, why were you running like you were on the fucking moon? What was that about?
Well, I don't know if I had seen the Hurt Locker.
You thought maybe the Afghanistan War Hurt Locker, the Iraq War Hurt Locker.
I made a choice, man. You make a choice and you go with it. You know, Al Pacino and Scarface. He decided that's the way that Scarface sounded, so he goes.
Mideast politics are hard to figure out. So, is it in Iraq? Is it the moon? Who knows? But let's look at the upper left-hand side. See that Taj Mahal right up there? So, Paul, you drew that as well, didn't you?
Yeah, that's obviously hand-drawn.
So, all right, here's the explosion. So, Paul, how many explosions did you look at? How many explosions did you watch where the glass sort of went up and then shot out?
I mean, they make a really big deal about if you go back and watch the Hurt Locker and watch the beginning.
Which I would have to do for the first time.
Yeah. So in the beginning, Guy Pearce is in a bomb suit and the bomb goes off and they go into all these crazy details of this, like the dirt and rust being blown off. And, you know, this is the best.
Well, here's the thing. You know, what's wild is Paul actually filmed himself blowing up his own car to get like a real life model. And then this is what he came up with.
That shot actually looks legit. AJ, you didn't direct this one. How do you feel about this? What do you think?
I mean, I think this is the work of an artist. It's a masterstroke. I think it's subversive of him to be like inserting his artistry into your sketch, because I don't think it's necessarily consistent with your
glass shoots, AJ, the glass shoots up and out.
Yes, and if you were older and you knew a lot of the Flash comedy, like Yatta, Homestar Runner, just Flash, like 1997, like you're just all you have is your tweens and your scaling. That's all you have, and I feel like he's done something. He's given you guys a gift.
AJ, what do you think about Lou's run here? How do you feel about that run?
That's legit.
Yeah, that's great. That's Corp right there. That's
Corp. What is Corp?
See, in
in addition
to AJ being our director, he was also my track coach.
Yeah,
I don't without him behind the camera on set.
I'm not around for this sketch.
What's that, AJ?
I don't think I was around for this sketch.
You were not around for this sketch.
Yeah. You guys really evolved.
Look at that. I'm naked. How do you feel about me being naked in the Staten Island parking lot, AJ?
I think that's great. I think that's the practical expression of Paul's VFX. Like it's on the same level. Like there's a tonal matching there.
I don't know if we want to keep trashing. We can spend another 5 minutes on the explosion if we want to.
I would love to.
I do want to call out, though, that this was our second attempt at shooting this.
Absolutely. Yeah, Paul, talk about that. So this was shot in the parking lot of my father's. My father owns a market research company in Staten Island. And we went on the weekend on a Saturday to shoot this.
Greg, and wait, and to that, your dad did some market research on that explosion, and they did not like it.
Did not like it. He tested all the markets.
They didn't believe it.
There's a graph
via cold calls, which couldn't see the explosion, and yet it was a unanimous. This is guys. I was not here for the sketch. This was a funny sketch. This was a very good sketch. You guys did very well.
I appreciate that. So if you guys don't know, there's a parody of The Hurt Locker, the Jeremy Renner, Catherine Bigelow movie from 2008, maybe. And it's a parody of the scene where Jeremy Renner walks up to a car in Iraq that has a bomb in the back. So we were trying to take this Staten Island parking lot and fill it with sand to make it look like Iraq. And Paul, you want to talk about it?
So, in order to make it sell like Iraq, we needed it to feel hot and sunny, right?
Wait, Paul, is that a sign on the upper left? Did we put
dude.
you put an Arabic sign there?
I did.
I didn't know that.
You never saw that before, Lou?
Dude,
I
I never saw
there
that.
are Easter eggs everywhere.
And Paul, if you could translate that real quick.
It says,
I don't know what it says.
It says this is an explosion.
Great. Okay.
I'm sure it's a very, very respectful sign.
Yes, I would hope so.
Amen.
And so yeah, it needed to be sunny and hot looking, right? And we got there on Saturday. We were setting up, and it was just so overcast. It looked like we were shooting in England or Ireland. It was. I'm like, all right, I'll try to roll with it. And I set up this exact shot.
Yes.
And I think I just started swearing.
So what happened? What I remember, Paul, is that from the moment that you took a look at the entirety of the parking lot, you said, "This isn't going to work." And I was like, "You sure? I mean, like, we're here. Like, let's try and figure it out." So you said, "All right, fine. Yeah, it's not going to work, but all right, fine." And then you set up this shot, which I believe you went up on a ladder, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So you went up on a ladder, and then I remember you cursing to yourself, it's not going to fucking," because Jen was there as well, and you were trying to vent to Jen and not to me and Lou. And I just remember you cursing under your breath, and you got up to the top of this ladder, and you looked at me and you said, "This looks like shit," which I've never heard you say before about a sketch.
I've never heard a story about Paul like being up a
one
tree
of
like
the
this. Like,
few times I kind of lost it on set.
Paul lost it on this. So you said to me, "This looks like shit," and I said, "Really, it looks that bad?" You said, "Yeah, it looks like shit. I'll show you." You took a picture of it, and you got back off the ladder and you said, "Look at this." And I looked at it and I was like, "All right, yeah, it doesn't look great. You sure we can't make it work?" "No, it looks like shit." And you repeated it. "Looks like shit."
Wait, is that the shot or his car?
The shot, not the car.
Okay. All right.
So,
but thankfully, you had something in your back pocket that you wrote like the night before.
I had an idea the night before that, yeah, we'll bring that up real quick. See if anybody in the chat knows this sketch. So the night before, I had written, or I had the idea to write a parody of the scene where Michael Morse? Is that his name?
Yep. Oh, it's
Michael
definitely
Morse.
Morse.
David Morse. David Morse
Morse.
walks up to Jeremy Renner and he says, "You the guy that disarmed the bomb?" "Yes, sir." So let me just share this real quick. So I essentially wrote this after you said this looks like shit. I called up our friend Tim Banning, and we put this together kind of like last minute. This sketch.
Did you write it that day?
Yeah, I wrote it that day. And this is a parody of that scene where he walks up.
You the guy in the bomb suit?
"Yes, sir. Afternoon, sir."
Well, that's just some hot shit. You're a wild man, you know that?
"Yes, sir."
He's a wild man. You know that? Huh?
He's
I want to
great.
shake your hand.
"Thank you, sir."
Yeah. How many bombs have you disarmed?
"Sir, I don't know how many."
Sergeant,
"Yes, sir."
I asked you a question.
873.
873. 873. That's just hot shit. 873.
Counting today, sir. Yes.
That's got to be a record. What's the best way to go about disarming one of these things?
The way you don't die, sir.
The way you don't die. The way you don't die. That's a good one. That's good. That's spoken like a wild man. Like a wild man covered in some hot shit.
Thank you, sir.
I want to shake your hand.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How many times have you jerked off in your bomb suit?
Sir, I don't know if I...
Sergeant,
Yes, sir.
I asked you a question.
1,079, sir.
1,079. 1,079. That is some sick, hot, wild man shit. 1,079.
Counting today, sir. Yes.
Well, that's more times than you've had to disarm a bomb.
Almost 200 more, sir.
So sometimes you just put on the suit to have a tug.
Yes, sir.
You're a sick, hot, wild man covered in shit. You know that?
Thank you, sir.
I want to shake your hand. Yeah. What's the best way to go about jerking off in one of these things?
The way you reach climax, sir.
The way you reach climax. The way you reach climax. That's good. That's spoken like a sick, hot, wild man covered in some sick, hot, wild man shit.
Paul, you look great.
Yes, sir.
I want to shake your hand.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. How many times have you jerked off during this conversation?
Sir, I haven't been...
Sergeant.
4 times, sir. So that was the shot. That was the sketch we wrote the day of because Paul was so fucking disgusted by the set.
Here's a question. Do you think the line would have been better if when you asked him, what's the best way to jerk off on one of these things, if you had repeated the way you don't die instead of reaching climax?
Here we go with the rewrites.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The way you don't die. The way you don't die.
I never. AJ, you weren't here for this, AJ? What do you think?
I like the line the way it was. I saw the parallel and I didn't need the specific echoing, but yeah.
Me too. I didn't need that, Lou. I didn't need you pointing that out. I didn't need it.
Fat Sacks comments and he says, "Are we watching all sketches tonight?" I think
Fat Sacks.
No,
please no.
Order up some.
I got work tomorrow.
Delivery. Oh, come on, AJ.
Can I call back,
baby?
Before we move on from this, in case we do, because we didn't shoot it that day, and we spent so much time. If you go back to the Die Comfortable, we spent so much time making the trunk look like
what?
Oh, I thought you were going to bring it up.
He's waiting to point to it. We are.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me bring it up.
Oh yeah, could we the trunk looked great.
Yeah, I think that's what Paul's saying, Lou.
Yeah.
The trunk looked great.
And we set it up to look like that, but then we didn't shoot it and we didn't want to undo it. So I had to drive all the way back to Brooklyn from Staten Island very slowly, hoping not to get pulled over.
Oh, that's right.
And all the way back the next day.
Yeah. You got to go through like bridges.
Yeah, can you fast forward to what it looks like in the trunk?
Thank you, Plastic.
If a cop pulled me over,
oh Jesus Christ,
I would be dead. I would not be alive.
That's not. Yeah.
Look at that! Oh my God, I
trunk
totally
looked great.
forgot about that. Yeah, you had to drive the.
Thank you, Flapstick.
Holy shit.
I want to say, Paul, for somebody who was like agitated over a bad shoot, Wild Man looked good and was shot in the rough style of the Hurt Locker anyway. I feel like you guys got a really solid sketch out of that day.
That totally worked.
Yeah, Paul,
it worked with like they were
who
next to the building and it was in the shade a little bit. It was totally fine.
Yeah, Paul, for a guy who shit all over my creative output on that day, I thought you did a great job making the best of all the shit that I was shoveling you that you hated to see. So thanks, man.
You're welcome.
All right. Just stopped all the momentum there.
Great work, Paul. Wouldn't be the same without you.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Gio.
Thanks, Gio.
Gio Odo.
Well, what else?
I mean,
let's see. Do we have any questions from those who are tuned in? We got quite a few people. We got a couple hundred people.
How about that?
Let's see. We have this one. I think this has been on everybody's mind. Jesse Jeffries asks, any plans for future sketches?
Well, we had talked about maybe doing a sequel to Wolverine's Claws Suck with Deadpool 3 coming out, but it's kind of hard. I'm in LA, losing New York, so it's kind of hard to figure that out. The movie's coming out soon. You guys gonna watch it? You guys excited about Deadpool 3?
You know, I've never seen Deadpool.
I'm not surprised by that. AJ?
Yeah, I like the Deadpool movies.
Oh wow, brave statement, Paul.
Yeah, yeah. Gonna take a bold stance.
I might even go out and see it in the theater. Yeah.
Yeah, we were thinking about doing it, but nothing's really come together. We're kind of running out of time. I think the movie comes out in July.
That's quitter talk. Come on, you guys can do it. We believe in you.
AJ, you got to come down from Halifax?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, come on.
I believe in you. My belief will come down wherever you look.
Lou, you should do a poll. You know how to do polls, right? Let's do a poll.
Yeah, we're gonna run a poll here. Who wants to get AJ
poll?
down from Halifax?
No. Let's do a poll. Who knows where Halifax is?
Yeah,
and then we'll go from there. We need to define the problem before we attempt to solve it.
It's up in Canada, eh?
Yeah. Greg.
Yeah.
We were doing tests on the stream beforehand, and you were lamenting that something had occurred, and I had some really good news for you. We have an additional guest.
Oh my goodness, what do we got?
It was somebody we had on one of the sketches. It's a minor sketch. It's a deep
minor sketch. Okay, I'm excited though. Is that the dick? What is
no,
it?
It is not.
What is it? So everybody's very confused in the chat right now.
Okay.
We talked earlier before about the incredible Boogie Nights parody that we did. Let me bring it up real quick so we can talk about it.
So all you young aspiring comedians out there, parody commercials, it's timeless. Like it never loses traction or its cultural cachet.
There's Tank Top AJ.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Boogie Nights.
What a dick. So yeah, Dirk may cram my 13 inches into any dark hole in front of a camera, but you won't catch me sticking even a single inch in cable.
So AJ, explain the graphics with that. What do we do?
So there was a series of commercials for what was it? It was a satellite dish provider or something. That was an alternative.
It was DirecTV.
DirecTV. It was an alternative to cable, and they kept preempting. And it wasn't just this one. I think we did 7. Didn't we do 7? Like a head in a box. It was like
well, we could talk about it. So what we did this, we did 7, and then we wanted to do Deliverance.
Yeah.
You remember
I don't know if we collectively wanted to do Deliverance, but
Lou and
I just wanted to see the movie.
Yeah.
So all right, we should. I think this is fun to talk about.
Let's toggle away from this image, please. I don't know if YouTube's code of conduct. I don't like.
Wait, you don't want to tell? You want to? All right, hold on. Let me take this image.
Do
off.
you want to look at this?
I love this image. Let's take this image off, and sorry, I'll replace it with that image. So we wanted to do a Deliverance parody where Ned Beatty from the movie is getting raped, and in the middle of the rape, he's talking about switching to DirecTV.
Yeah. I would like to think I was somebody who's like, no, that's not.
Well, it was going to be tough because while it's easier to make a puppet look like a penis, it's really hard to get a puppet to look like Ned Beatty.
But if you guys remember, we asked Dan Gregor, and
that's right.
And Gregor said, "I don't want to do that." And then when Gregor said no, it made us rethink, or at least it made Lou and I rethink whether or not we wanted to do it.
Yeah.
I think he was on board for a moment, but didn't fully understand what you had in mind.
Again, if you're a young comedian and you even know what a commercial is, like you're not watching sports or like political TV, like commercials were these things where like you know these 30-second like mini movies that tried to sell you something, and parodying them, comic gold. I would get on that train right now.
We also did 7, but the problem with 7. So we did Gwyneth Paltrow's Head in the Box. But the problem was we didn't realize until after we shot it and released it, College Humor had shot something and released it like a week before. And we didn't even realize it. So after we posted it, we took it down.
You took it down?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you remember that.
Yeah.
Same joke.
Yeah.
Was it DirecTV or?
Here's the.
Oh yeah, it was the same thing.
Yeah,
it was the same exact thing.
And here's the thing, that I'd like to talk about is, at the time when we were, making these, videos, obviously we're doing it with, limited budget, calling in a lot of favors. And we were always worried that, say, like a show like SNL would get to an idea before we were able to get to it.
Mm-hmm.
So there was always like there was always like that. You're kind of running against, you're up against the clock, saying like, okay, the latest that we can get a new sketch out, it has to be like Saturday before SNL, and then just kind of like what happened with crack.com and Funny or Die and College Humor is now you had all these other all these other either platforms or creators making stuff, and it's not out of the ordinary to put all this like time and effort into making something, and you turn around and like, oh shit, somebody got to it a week before we did.
And it's even worse now because TikTok and Twitter and people just doing short videos, just holding their phones up.
Okay, well, so that's actually an interesting question. What if Greg and Lou started now? Like, are you doing shorter format sketches? Like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't
hate it.
Is that a dumb exercise to even consider?
I hate that sort of format, but 100% we would be on TikTok doing shorter videos because that's the only thing that really makes sense now.
And I think some of the people that have like mastered TikTok or Instagram for comedy, like they're adapting to the format. They're doing very clever shit out there. But like,
I guess, I mean, it really feels like it's specific to personality and impressions. That seems like the stuff that makes the biggest impact on TikTok and that kind of stuff. Because it's not like Vine was around for so long, like when Vine was making videos, people were doing short parodies then. But it's not really like now where TikTok is just like people spend so little time watching content now that it's got to be short. It's got to be short.
I think one of the things it's important to remember about 15 years ago is like network TV still existed. So I think a lot of comedians, their end game was like be on a writing staff, do a show, maybe be a thing. And like now I don't really think that's the trajectory. Like, so
this is the 7 video.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I thought you said we took it down.
It's private. It's hidden on our channel.
No, this is okay.
We can talk over it though. We don't have to listen to it. It's
Does
more
anybody like who was the actress who did this? She was amazing.
Oh!
You think my decapitation was a wrathful sin? Imagine being a disembodied head stuck inside this box without DirecTV.
It's really the same fucking joke that College Humor did.
DirecTV has so many HD channels, it makes me wish I was sitting at home on my couch next to my body instead of watching my husband become the monster he's trying to defeat. What's in the fucking box?
And Car's
she
great.
Was great. Yeah. She was
that last laugh was so great.
Yeah.
So get DirecTV and stop losing your head with cable.
I'm a sucker for easy laughs, but Paul, was this you? Was this?
Yeah,
it looks great.
It's lighting, everything.
We took some green screen and cut like a head hole in it, and then put a box over. And
we shot this in your kitchen, Paul.
Yeah,
you and Jen, your kitchen. We shot this in.
Yep.
And let's see, I got a coming from Big Flippin' Boss sending $5 to say, hey Lou, did anyone ever tell you that you kind of look like Q from Impractical Jokers? And the answer is yes. I have been told that. And you might not know this, Big Flippin' Boss. I don't know if you guys know this either, but I was a quote unquote comedy producer on the first season of Impractical Jokers. And Greg is from Staten Island, where the boys from Impractical Jokers are.
That's right.
Do you want to talk about our first introduction to Impractical Jokers?
I don't know what you're referencing, AJ, but go ahead.
It was at the New York Television Festival.
Okay, go on. I don't remember this.
We did a pilot for Block of Pool Boys, and we were up against the Impractical Jokers pilot.
Were we?
Yeah,
I don't remember that. So it's context. We made AJ, Lou, and I, and then Paul shot it. We made a pilot Blog of a Pool Boy that we shot in like, I don't know, 2 weeks. And we submitted it to New York Television Festival, and we won. We won Best Sitcom. And
we won Microsoft Zooms.
I won Best Actor for it. I don't remember being up against the Impractical Jokers, though.
I'm pretty sure the Impractical Jokers were the other pilot. And, it just goes to show you how important the New York television festival credentials
Right.
are in terms of your eventual success. Yeah.
Sure. Paul, what do you remember about that?
About Blog of a Pool Boy?
Do you want to bring up Blog of a Pool Boy?
You want to watch the whole?
It's an actual for the people who might just be discovering us. It's like a 20-minute pilot that we shot the whole thing, and it's available on the Greg and Lou YouTube page.
Yeah, and you want to sit here and watch it all, the whole thing right now?
No, not at all.
No, it sounds like Lou does though.
It wasn't the only pilot we shot.
That's true. we shot a few.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about one of them, Paul?
Well, one of them we basically shot in like 24 hours, which was crazy.
We did. That was called Chokeout, and it was a sitcom about a mixed martial arts gym.
That no one will ever see.
Yeah, no one will ever see.
Are you not?
And I'm okay with that.
Not ever post that?
No.
I'm trying to find Blog of a Pool Boy right now. I don't know why, but I'm doing it. And there's silence.
So while you're doing that, we got Flapstick coming in with 10 big ones. Thank you so much, Flapstick, who writes, as a guy who makes 7+ hour-long compilations for a living, I can safely say you guys could grip a large enough audience with all your talent combined to make the content you do want to make. Wow. Flapstick.
With all your talent combined, what 7+ hour-long compilations?
Yeah, what kind of compilations are you making, Flapstick?
What's going on, buddy? 7+ hours? What is that? Is that?
It turns out
I'm going to assume
we've all just been inside a Flapstick compilation.
But I'll tell you what,
if really exist.
If there is a series that I would love for all four of us to get together and do more of, it comes. Warlos is saying MILF Hunters.
No.
Who was the cameraman?
Yes.
But it was actually MILF Solicitors.
MILF Solicitors, yeah. And the voice, if you guys remember MILF Solicitors, the voice in MILF Solicitors is AJ. He was behind the camera, and he's ashamed of it. Apparently, I'm sorry.
So I will say this about MILF Solicitors: it is deeply funny. The premise is you're queuing a Blog of a Pool Boy. Let's pick a lane. I don't know. We need to watch. Okay, fine.
No, I just wanted to bring it up.
No, yeah.
Go ahead, AJ. What were you gonna say? We're just gonna.
I'm gonna, because like I like Blog of a Pool Boy, but I was very like there's writing stuff I'm not happy about with it. But MILF Solicitors is interesting because it's like I think you guys had such a funny take on something that was very not understood by me. And we built a universe around it.
We did. We had a whole pilot idea too.
Yeah.
So I think something good to talk about that was the Greg and Lou hallmark, especially back then, was how sad and dark stuff got. And I think MILF Solicitors was one of those things where their lives, on the surface, it's like two guys trying to pick up women. But in the reality, these are two guys who think that the fake porn they watch is real.
Yeah.
And they've been
I think that's hilarious.
Yeah. And they think that this works in the real world, and they try it, and it's sad and it's gross and it's awkward.
It's sad and it's gross. And I think that I think it works for 15 years ago. And right now it's like these people, whether they're dumb or not, are harassing women like on the street. And it's like deeply we
couldn't do it now.
Yeah. I don't think you
Lou,
can do that.
How do you feel about your hair? How do you feel about your hair, Lou?
Dude, I don't know what's going on there with that hair.
What's going on with your hair?
It looks like it kind of looks like a suburban mom hair.
You were like,
honestly, I think the hair really makes the character.
Yeah, you were like a nerdy writer, in this one. Like you there's a part of you, Lou, that you're very into literature and intellectual things.
Is that me or is that Craig Rowan?
That's Craig and Dan Greger.
Wow.
But you were, I wrote a character for you that was all about your headiness, all about your bookishness.
Mm-hmm.
And I think your hair really nailed it.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, yeah. We shot it in a bar.
We
I was
actually
actually
had it on set location. I don't know how we secured it.
I
If you
think
guys
I
don't
was.
remember, this bar was my NYU roommate's bar. After he graduated NYU, he went in on a bar with like 5 of his other friends, and he let us shoot here at like 6 a.m. And I think we shot this scene in like 2 hours with Dan Greger and Craig Rowan.
Yeah,
look at that.
I feel like this is a trip down a lane that I don't know how many people in the viewing audience have watched this.
They were all in that bar scene.
They were.
They're all there.
There's
You don't need to
actually no. That's Greg.
Boy.
That's Greg. That's totally Greg right behind them.
Oh, in the back right there? That is the back of my head. You're right.
Yeah.
You think now they're invested, Paul, that they see the back of my head?
Yep. They're like, I get it now.
All right.
Oh yeah, I guess what I would say is like there are, obviously Wolverine has been, our most successful video. But looking back, like we tried to do a lot of stuff. We did, how many different, short web series and, pilots and stuff and spec scripts and whatnot. So a lot of stuff. Yeah. You boys are all right.
Was that the whole thing you were trying to say, Lou?
That's all I was trying to say.
I love my wife. Oh my God.
There we go.
About asking if we had personal favorites.
Right.
Personal favorites. Die Hard for me. I mean, I love Die Hard. Die Hard is the first sketch that we worked with Paul on. We did not know Paul Rondeau before that shoot. Paul, I believe you were recommended to us by Will Hines. Right?
Was it Will or Eliza?
It may have been Eliza, but it may have been Eliza through Will. I forget exactly, but
it was like that scene in Ghost.
Hasn't seen any Marvel movies, Deadpool movies. But Ghost is the movie
that scene in Ghost when Otome, when Sam Wheat, Patrick Swayze goes into Otome Brown's body. All right. That was
cool.
I get it. Where
Sam Wheat. So the first time we worked with Paul was on Die Hard, and I love that sketch because I love Bruce Willis, and I got a chance to be Bruce Willis, and I love Die Hard. So that's easily my favorite. Yeah, 100%.
It wasn't the only time you got to be Bruce Willis.
That's right. We also did it on She Got Lonely. Should we bring that up as well?
I mean,
you guys, what are your favorites?
Yeah, let's go to Lou.
I actually think when it comes to my favorites, I don't know. I don't even think I'm in my favorite one.
Oh, what is it?
Yeah, I think my favorite one might be a video that we did in Los Angeles called Toxins. And you did that. With Scott Blair.
If you guys in the chat know Magic Hugs, Scott Blair from Magic Hugs, he is one of the funniest one of the funniest people that has ever lived. He's an incredibly funny dude. And if you guys have never seen Magic Hugs, go to their YouTube channel, subscribe to them, check out their videos. They don't do stuff anymore, but they have a long list of very funny videos.
Yeah.
And Lou, do you remember how that sketch came about?
Oh yeah, so Greg and I were in LA. We were eating at a restaurant. What was it? Was it like a counter or something?
No, it was Sharky's. It was Sharky's.
Sharky's, which is like a Mexican like fast food place. And Greg and I get our food. We're sitting down outside, and then next to us, I think, are like a group of 3 people, and there's a guy who there's a man and a woman talking to this guy, and they're obviously trying to sell him on something, and they're trying to sell him on, I guess, sort of like this holistic blend of some kind of magic pill sort of thing.
It was a pill full of herbs and natural supplements, all herbs and natural supplements.
Yeah, they were basically hitting every single word, like buzzword that you would see on like an infomercial for like, for health. And at the time, I was a very, I guess I was a very staunch atheist and rationalist and skeptic. And it was like really pissing me off and irking me. And I said to Greg, I'm going to say something. And I went and Greg's like, just let me finish eating first. So Greg finished eating. And then as we got up to leave, I went over to the table and I said, hey man, just so you know, these people are bullshit. Everything they're trying to tell you is bullshit. And
hey man, just so you know, these people are bullshit.
Yeah.
What a great thing to say.
Do you remember anything from that time? This is news to AJ and Paul. So I don't
No,
know.
that's pretty much it. Everything after that point was just the three of them staring at us. And then there was a solid beat, a very comedic beat of silence. And then you walked away, and then I followed you, and that was it.
That was it.
Yeah.
And then from that came this brilliant performance from Scott Blair. And
So did we get any polls going in the chat? How are we doing on the polls?
No, but we had somebody who saw us in 2005 at UCB, which
whoa, here we go. Vapor Vice 84. Saw you guys at UCB around 2005, wow. And you did the Die Hard skit. It was intercut with other skits for Greg's bachelor party.
Gorilla coming out of the cake.
I still remember dying laughing when the monkey jumped out of the giant wedding cake. Holy shit, you were there, man.
Nice, I appreciate that, dude. Yeah, that was the first. That was the next big thing. No, it was Greg's
surprise party.
Yeah, that was our first show that got a run at UCB that AJ directed, and we ran for. Did we reach a year? We ran for close to a year. I don't think we did a year.
Not quite a year, but yeah. Bye, deconverted man. Somebody's leaving. Somebody's logging off.
Bye.
What's that?
I'm looking at the chat, and somebody said goodbye, and I like to say goodbye to people.
Thanks for stopping by, dude. Peace out to you as well. Yeah, that show was. I fucking love that show.
Who was in the gorilla suit? Was that Sheldon or was that?
Helen.
It was Helen. It was Helen
Frank. Yep. A goddess, wonderful lady. Oh my god, she's so cool.
Great.
But I think we had a few other people have to do it because Helen couldn't do it for the entire run.
Yeah,
Helen did it for the majority of it.
Yeah. Anybody that jumps out of a cake in a gorilla suit, and it's a payoff to like something was set up like in 4 beats. I want to keep the audience involved, but it was such a good moment.
Well, the audience, anybody in the audience, were any of you in the gorilla suit? Just let us know in the comments, in the comment section. Throw us a super chat. Throw us $5, $10, $20 Canadian, whatever you got. Just let us know if you were there, 2005 UCB Theater, jumping out of a birthday cake in a gorilla suit.
Hey, look, let's do a poll. Let's do a poll to see who was in the.
That's the poll, Lou.
Yeah, we got the poll. We got the poll going. Here we go.
Oh, but Lou, when you set up the poll, can you set it up so everybody can have 3 votes and they can prioritize them in terms of weight? Like, I know that's a feature, so just if you could set that up, I think that would be really great for the people.
Go.
Paul, did you ever see Surprise Party
live?
Yeah. Was it over before we started working together?
I think Paul probably saw one of our 2 of the long running live shows. I forget which one came before which.
I definitely saw the second one. The second one was the art show. What the hell was that called?
Grand Theft Art.
Grand Theft Art.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he definitely saw that one.
Horrible name. Horrible name that I'm sure was my fault, and I apologize.
Well, you are the gaming nerd, so probably.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Were there other names that were up for debate with that?
I don't know. I had the type of personality that would argue people into like, here's why this thing was right, and then you'd accept it, and then it would hit the public, and you're like, oh, well, that sucks.
So here's my second Bruce Willis. This was a parody of The Last Boy Scout, which is a fantastic movie if you guys have never seen it. And there's this very specific scene where Bruce Willis's character finds out that his wife is cheating on him with his partner.
You were very into very specific scenes.
Yeah, I mean, the best parodies aren't they?
Absolutely.
Really? I don't believe you anymore.
The best commercials. right? Are
Yeah.
very specific.
Yeah. And timeless.
Wow, the air just went out of this show.
Well, seeing as how there's all the steam in the shower, but your hair's not wet, so we're talking about somebody else. Male somebody, because the toilet seat's up.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Bruce.
I'll ask you again.
And
Who's
his
the guy
name
in
is
the closet,
Bruce.
Sarah?
Jesus Christ, nothing ever changes with you. You've got some nerve accusing me of this shit.
Nobody's in the closet?
No, nobody's in the closet.
Okay. And then nobody in the closet will mind if I put a bullet in it.
You're fucking crazy, Bruce.
The truth is a beautiful thing, Sarah.
Go ahead, shoot the closet.
3,
Do it.
2,
Go for it.
1.
Wait.
My partner, Sarah?
Oh, I'm in this.
Sorry, Bruce.
That is you. Hey, Lou, let's do a quick poll in the chat. Who's seen The Last Boy Scout?
Last Boy Scout. Any Last Boy Scout?
No.
Boy
But
Scouts
do
out
it with the widget. Can you do it with the widget? Can you do the digital? Can you just click? You just right click on the poll.
I'll have you guys know if there are any Last Boy Scouts there. We have a scout leader with us right now. His name's Paul Rondeau. Hit him up in the super chat. We got $5, $10, $20 Canadian. Whatever you got.
I'm gonna dance a jig. I swear
There
to
we
God.
go.
We're looking
Also,
for
we're voting in She Got
You
Lonely.
gonna
That's
walk me,
Liza
Joe?
Skinner. We
Easy,
work
Bruce.
with her a
Don't do
whole
nothing
lot.
stupid.
She is probably one of the smartest comedians working right now. Like she's great.
Yeah.
Vapor Vice 84, who saw us back in 05, says Greg's Willis impression is spot on. The voice, the mannerisms, facial expressions. Seen this flick like 20 times.
Vapor
There we
Vice.
go.
I appreciate that. That means so much to me. That is Eliza Skinner right there. She is an incredible actress that we shot tons of stuff with.
Yeah.
And I directed her one-woman show at UCB called Shameless. That was incredible. I don't know if anybody in the chat. Lou, let's do a poll real quick in the chat. Who's seen Shameless?
We got the
just right
polls
click.
going right there.
Just go to poll, make new poll.
Make new
How
poll.
is it
It's
this
great.
hard to do a poll, Lou?
There
Seriously.
we go. Edit layout. At any point, I could just leave. Might just do that.
So what else do you guys remember from this shoot? We shot this at my parents' house in the guest room. Anything else? Is that it?
How many sketches total? If you just spitball bar napkin math, were either shot in your house,
Bar
Greg?
napkin math? What?
Bar napkin, yeah, spitball bar napkin math at your dad's place of work or at your house. Like, how many sketches total did we shoot there?
Well, we also shot Hammercat stuff in my dad's office, if you remember. If you remember the psychic hotline sketch that we shot where Donald was Miss Cleo, where Donald Glover was Miss Cleo. I don't know if that's up anywhere, but we shot that at Dad's house, Dad's office.
We out of respect for Donald, I don't think we should shoot that.
So we probably shot, I want to say 5 sketches. Oh, look at this. Kevin Hines about to pop through the wall right there.
Beautiful.
And that was a totally separate shot that we did at Paul's apartment that we made a full wall, right? Didn't we buy a full wall?
Yeah, we just bought a big chunk of drywall.
How much was that?
Oh wait. Oh, this is. Can you play this part?
Hold on.
Who's
wait.
the guy in my mouth? Yeah.
Who's the guy in my mouth, Sarah?
There's no guy in your mouth. I just don't want you to kill yourself. We can fix this. I love you.
Really?
Yeah.
So, Paul, when you were making the explosion in Hurt Locker, did you ever think you could achieve this level?
Where does this rank, Paul? Where does this rank?
It frustrates me that your mouth goes out of focus as I'm zooming in on it, and then also that I failed to blur him accordingly when that happened. But otherwise,
Is that Louis? Is his name Louis?
Louis Perlman, right? Wasn't it Louis
Perlman? Yes, that's I lived with Louis Perlman for several years. Like we were roommates.
He was really tiny.
Yeah, like
he fit in Greg's mouth.
We kept saying, "Why are we paying equal rent when I live in a shoebox and you live in rooms?"
I live in
Louis
South
Pearlman is a
Bay.
darling individual. He's wonderful.
He's like, I really shouldn't be paying anything considering I live in this man's mouth, and at any point he could just swallow me.
Louis was very nice to do that for us.
Yeah.
And so was Kevin Hines, who just punched his way out of a drywall. What else?
Convincingly, like very committed to it.
Yeah.
What else do you remember about this, Paul? Anything?
Boy. I really like the way overall the look of it. I felt like the scene, the original scene was so moody, and I felt like we did a pretty good job of going after that mood.
Yeah, you know what shot I hate? And we had to do it, I guess, because we had to stay. I don't love that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
that shot. But we had to stay.
What's wrong with it?
Just the lighting, and it just feels flat.
Yeah, it's like
we had to stay in it because of this thing right here.
Yeah.
So I mean, I get it.
Also, you're missing teeth. There's literally teeth missing from your mouth.
Well, I got a lot of cavities. I got a human being living.
Oh, one thing I want to. You guys all know this, Greg, AJ, and Paul, but I don't think the audience knows this. Is that I have a terrible memory. So a lot of the stuff that my fellow collaborators are talking about, I don't remember, and my memory is so bad that there's actually an entire sketch that I don't remember shooting. And Greg, we're probably like a couple of years ago, had to remind me of it and sent it to me. And when he sent it to me, I thought I had like early onset dementia going on because I'm like, I don't remember this happening at all.
So AJ, Lou, I wish we could throw to it since you set it up so nicely, but I don't think we have it. AJ, do you remember the sketch that we shot when you were living in Paul's old apartment? You were there. And it was you showing an apartment to me.
You don't have it. If you had tossed it to me to say what was my favorite sketch,
that was it.
I think it might be this.
That was your favorite sketch? Do you have it somewhere on like a computer?
I don't remember every. So you keep going and tell me what it is, and I will tell you what I remember about it.
So it's you showing an apartment. I'm pretty sure it was me and Rachel. We're looking at an apartment, and you're like trying to sell us on an apartment, and then stuff keeps disappearing, and then I think it ends with me like being alone, and everybody is imaginary, and I'm by myself.
No, I think
not it.
Yeah, no, that is absolutely it. I know the premise is. I think it's you and Lou fighting as friends, and
two different sketches.
No. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Because I think you're mixing them because you start fighting and then he says, because I'm imaginary, he disappears. And then the joke is that you disappear. And then somebody is a realtor, leads people into the apartment and says, so here's the apartment. And they're like, ooh. Because Miriam is one of them. My wife is one of them. And then he says, I got to get myself real clients. And then it's you and Miriam, and you disappear at the same time, and she's still just like, ooh, and looking around, and you're like, we'll take it. But you're disappearing. You're not real. Like, yes, that's my favorite sketch. 100%.
You remember how the sketch ends?
Yes.
How?
I remember how it ends. I think it was a very mundane buddy roommate sketch. I think it might have actually been part of like an initial pilot that you guys were like tossing around about Greg and Lou are roommates, and isn't that funny? Sort of thing.
It wasn't. It was just a very basic back and forth dialogue that I had that makes it nowhere.
But the end of it was because it's Miriam, it's my wife, and you and her going, ooh.
All right, you know what? Go
ahead, sorry.
Hold on. We're gonna get back to that in a second, AJ. I just want to understand. Since Big Flippin' Boss brought this up, let's track everything that happened. Let's track everything that happened in this bedroom before I walk in. So Lou had to get inside the closet, right? Paul had to crawl back onto the bed. And then Kevin Hines had to make an entire wall and crawl into the wall before I got in there. And then at some point, Louis jumped inside my mouth. all this stuff happened in the seconds before I walked into the bedroom. AJ, so what I remember though is the end of the sketch is you saying, "I got to get real clients," and then you boop yourself on the nose and then disappear.
Yeah, well, that's first of all, the clients disappear, and somebody, I think it was you, goes, we'll take it, but you're not real anymore.
No, that was no. You know who that was? Paul. That was David Sheridan.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure we got David there for that.
Yes, you're right, 100%. It was David Sheridan.
Now I gotta find this fucking
so
sketch.
funny. Yeah.
Nobody watching this is enjoying.
But it was this joke that nothing was real and things kept fading away, and this realtor at the back end was like trying to justify it, and then everything kept being not real. And it was just, it was. I wish we had a copy of it because it was like it was a funny thing, but it was also one of the only times that my wife was like on screen, and she's just very deadpan funny. Like her ooh.
The whole thing was it was so insane that I feel like there was no way to. I forget why we didn't end up posting it. It was just.
I also love Miriam's work in Unborn Ultimatum.
Oh no!
Well, now we have to watch that.
I don't remember what she did. What did she do in that?
Remember that?
Very.
She gave great face in that sketch. We're gonna check it out. But please talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, so Miriam, by the way, if it was not past her bedtime, she would have talked about Wolverine claws because she was absolutely there and instrumental. She was helping out. She was moving her lights and props and whatnot. Because again, it was in our house. But Miriam helped out with a number of the sketches, and just is like not the type of person who likes to be on camera. Has a very deadpan sense of humor, and every once in a while, if you got her on camera for like a very small moment, it was magical. So yeah, because
so yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Hang on.
I actually think
Hang
that
on!
I gave you 20 seconds of dead air time.
If it wasn't for her
No.
performances,
Okay,
I don't know if that marriage would ever have happened.
Yeah.
So,
Could you? So really quick before you just unpause this. No, stop for a second, Greg. Please.
Okay, AJ, go ahead. Go.
Please give context to this.
You give context.
This requires deep context.
Go ahead, AJ. Give context.
No, I want you to. You're queuing up.
Okay. So we made a series of sketches for the Just for Laughs comedy festival, and we sort of sold them on this idea of a progressive video game company that would make sketches like pulled from today's headlines, like Law and Order. That would comment on stuff that was going on in the news.
Controversial stuff happening in politics and culture.
So we made a series of videos of different games, and one of them was called the abortion video game, The Unborn Ultimatum.
Oh God, I don't even know if I want to show this. Like,
Yeah,
the joke of it was very misguided activism. That way, it was before.
Oh no, it's like you could play. It was basically like you could play any of the characters involved in this thing. We don't have to watch it.
I don't remember a lot of this, but I'm seeing Miriam's face now, and I'm like, oh my God.
Okay, well, you guys made it real awkward now. So I guess we're not going to watch it.
No. I think you showing that thumbnail and giving the context was enough. I think.
Yeah, that's actually a shot later on that I was specifically thinking of.
Let's do a quick poll. Was that enough context?
Was that enough context for you guys? Big Flippin' Boss said we can handle it. He can handle. That's enough context. Yeah.
No. Big Flipping Boss, I've been on your side the entire time. Let's not do this.
I really want to know why we can't do a fucking poll, Lou. Why can't we do a fucking poll?
Yeah, so if you right-click on options, Lou, if you just go into options.
Oh, yeah, I'm clicking on
Ooh,
it.
AT&T Basement Bar.
Yeah.
Javier was actually our second sketch that
That's
I
right.
shot with you guys.
Yeah. So by the way, we said what you glanced into what my favorite sketch was. My second favorite sketch is something I've seen in the chat a lot, which was trick shots. And I think there's a decent amount to talk about trick shots.
And I think, I think a lot of people are wondering who did the effects for those videos.
Oh, Paul, do you want to talk about the effects for trick shots? Because I feel like
room right now. Where's Trick Shot?
Oh no.
Where... All right, where's Trick Shot?
All right, I'm sorry. What are we talking about?
Trick Shot.
Hey, Paul, is that the shot you were talking about, Paul?
I don't know
It
why.
was.
That
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll get trick shots.
We got Duke of Earl, Javier, AT&T Basement Bowl, Andy H. He's got some favorites.
Damn, extend while I get trick shots.
Yeah, trick shots. That was all you, right, AJ?
Trick shots was 100% me, and I think it's important to know. I am not a film editor or a director. In fact, like I'm bad at everything. But I was I had the most technical acumen before you came into the scene.
I think what you did with trick shots was exactly.
AJ, hold on. AJ, what did you? You're bad at everything.
I'm bad at pretty much everything I do compared to the people who are good at it.
AJ, you were a fantastic director. Stop.
That's right.
Okay, well, yeah, sure. Directing is fine. Trick shots was kind of my moment to shine, because it's like I knew Final Cut Pro, I knew Flash, and I was able to do things exactly the right level of bad that made them funny. And there were times in which I was trying to make things better, where you're like, that's less funny. I'm gonna let Greg have the time to cue this up, but the premise of this joke is that he's doing trick shots and people are accusing him of the shots being bad, and obviously they're just completely faked.
Yeah, you guys ready to see it?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Lou makes a character here out of this bit that is just like out of this world.
Yeah. All right. So you guys want to see it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Fetus in the womb.
No, fuck you. So,
oh god,
I did not remember this thing existed until the thing, and now I'm like questioning my life choices. Thank you.
I'm sorry. All right, here we go. Trick shots.
4-3. That's how old this is.
So, all right, but also more context. We did this because at this time is when these videos were actually. This is before TikTok, before Instagram, before you had these videos going viral all the time about trick shots. Before, what is that famous trick shot group that like built an entire empire on it?
Oh shit! I know the
Harlem Globetrotters.
No,
like
an entire empire.
I'm gonna. If I make any guess and it's wrong, I sound old, but it's like Trick Jake or Trick Eddie or something.
No, you're old.
I'm 45 years old.
Trick Toe.
Dude Perfect. Oh, they got it. Flapstick got it. Dude Perfect. Exactly.
Dude Perfect. Yes, Flapstick. So this was before Dude Perfect. It was when actual like world star hip hop type of random websites had these videos go viral about trick shots. And in the comments, everybody would be like, "Oh, it's fake. That's not real. That's not fake. Oh, that's fake." So this is a parody of that.
License free, baby.
A lot of people tell me my trick shots are fake. I say people are just jealous of my game. Yo, pass me the ball. I call this the rainbow. Wow. I call this the bend around. I call this the long bomb.
Back the fuck up, coming through cover, get your slam on. Y'all the hardest niggas in rap, your tag phone. Y'all the niggas sitting on 20s with
I call this the lucky penny. Wow. I call this the egg drop. Wow. I call this the pinball wizard. I call this friendly fire.
I can confidently tell you I had a panic attack editing this.
This is the kind of shit that I love. This
Yeah,
nothing.
like
This is just nothing.
I just
Does
get it,
this
AJ.
not have Avatar: The Last Airbender?
No, that's the dunks. That's the dunk one.
Yeah.
We made.
yeah,
this is-
we
this
did a
is a
second one.
trilogy. We made 3 of these.
Did we make 3?
Yeah, there's a trilogy.
We made 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
Flapstick
so
says
bad
it's
at everything
super
in terms of,
cathartic
like-
watching you guys watch the first video I ever watched of yours. Watchception.
This was the first video. Wow, what a way to be! Wow, what a
Wow.
way to be introduced to us.
This
And
is
I think
the
I'm
on-ramp.
just, I think
This
I'm
is
just
the
doing
on-ramp to
Flavor
the Greg
Flav.
Blues Zeitgeist.
What was that, AJ?
This is the on-ramp to the Greg and Lou Zeitgeist.
You think so? I love Lou lurking in the background. The dunk one, I believe, is the one that has Avatar. But AJ, what did you want to say about these graphics?
I think they're perfect in hindsight. I was just learning how to do these things, so like this is what if somebody like starts like video game college now, they're like, oh, you can set anchors and waypoints, and you can tween objects, and like I do like masks at the end. There's just like there's so much about this. It's like the badness is the point, but the badness was not always intentional. Like I was trying to make it bad, but not as bad as when I look at it now when I'm like, oh god.
But I think that actually makes it better because it looks like someone, it looks like
I
someone
agree.
really did try their hardest to make it look good.
Yeah. So I was playing a character that had no idea how to make it good.
Right.
I was actually like, I think for the purposes of this sketch, it's your character.
Right. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah. And for that thing, yeah, it's like, every mistake is fucking hilarious.
That's my
and-
house. I'm on the top of my house there.
Yeah.
Um,
But I'm also in the editing bay, like figuring out like how am I like with the later stuff that's really fun, or this hacky sack thing.
Lou
which was
lurking back there in the
nightmare.
garbage that I loved putting. We did those 3 things on the other video too, just finding a weird place for Lou to stand.
Mhm. Yeah, that's the better comedy right now is like wherever Lou needs to be to cap it. Like those are the things that you guys were so smart about, I think.
Lou, what do you remember about this, Lou? How do you feel about it?
I don't remember this. I
Do you
can't
really
believe-
remember it?
I mean, I know the video, but I don't necessarily remember being there.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I know, dude. My memory, and it's not like I don't do drugs. So whatever's happening to me is just, evolution. I don't know. Just saying he doesn't need these memories for some reason.
The chat has been requesting Javier, and as much
cool.
as I know Paul wants to see Avatar: The Last Airbender, the dunk.
We'll do Last Airbender real quick, and you nerds can talk about Last Airbender, and then we'll go to Javier.
Yeah.
Lou, let's do a poll real quick about what videos everybody wants to see. So let's do
Yeah.
a quick poll.
Yeah. Cool.
So,
Why the fuck did Pero Why did
control P for poll,
pop up?
and then you just have to do the
I
menu.
wrote pedo in the comments.
All you need to do.
Hold on, AJ. So you write Pero as Lou, it also comes up as Greg and Lou?
Yep.
I don't like that. Don't do that.
Pero.
Yeah, AJ.
I was just trying to help Lou make a poll.
Oh wait, you can make a poll? Can you? Are you guys just messing with me?
Are you
Control
fucking
P-
serious? Yes, you can make a
Control
fucking
P,
poll.
Control P for poll.
Lou,
Control P on your keyboard
fuck?
right now.
Control P.
Yeah, no, right click on. There's an icon that should be popping up. Right click on it.
No, it's for printing. I almost printed this whole thing.
That would have taken forever. You don't have enough pages for that.
Yeah. And I'm gonna have to flip them so that you guys move? No way.
Okay, but for real, click on the settings bar.
For real though, Lou. For real.
No, I'm still fucking with you. I have no idea how to do.
Hotkeys. I got
AJ,
hotkeys.
come on, man. I'm getting it from both ends. Paul, do you know how to do it?
No.
I think people in the chat need to vote how to make a poll.
Yeah, I think
that's
get a poll.
It's interesting watching the view count go down, but then magically come back up. Like they came back. Like, have they figured out the poll thing yet? No.
Yeah, they're coming back for the poll. They're waiting. I'm telling you guys, the chat wants the poll. That's why they're here.
Vote for democracy if you want democracy.
Whoa.
All right, so Avatar, I think, is the last one. No, it's not the last. Oh, there it is. I got it. All right.
Oh, this is the dumbest.
Here you go, nerds. This is for you nerds out there. This is for all you nerds out there. Oh, wait. All right. Do it from here. Lou, did you get the poll?
Where is it?
Yep. Fucking. All right, hang on. Here we go.
See, I don't have admin privileges, but I kind of want to set up a poll just to like clown on Lou. What the fuck is? Oh, because I had no idea how to key out green screen.
I call this the Superman. That was real. Yo. I call this the last Airbender.
How do you gonna call that fake?
Okay, so
Avatar's my favorite cartoon.
Yes, nerds. What?
all I'm saying is that it was harder to key out green screen 15 years ago. That's all I'll say.
Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
And
So
I know
we
it was
shot
supposed
this.
to be bad.
This was AJ directing me in my parents' basement to crouch on top of what is an
Squat like a
imaginary
frog, yeah.
And now you're telling me it's not good? What did I do it for?
Oh no, it's perfect. It's perfect. You spin away out of the frame like some bad like Super Nintendo game, like your Bowser, like just.
Paul, is that what you wanted to see? Do we?
Yep, you got it. And it sounds like you are getting some feedback from Flapstick on how possibly to make a poll.
We know how to make a poll now. What do we got?
No. Okay, just at Lou. If you could at Lou on this, if you.
Clark says you
Flapstick.
guys keep promising these dank polls and not delivering, and I agree, Clark. I'm sorry, we're letting you down.
Yeah,
And,
Flapstick. Like your help is welcome. Please direct it straight to the Lou Perez.
Thank you. Thank you, Dankstick.
No, Flapstick. Come on.
Oh, sorry.
The green glow makes it better. I agree, Alex. All right, what are we going to next? What do we want to see next?
They wanted Javier.
Oh, Javier, right?
Yeah, there are a lot of Javiers.
Pero.
So Javier,
Got some
Lou, do you want to
Russian
talk about Javier?
No, he can say nothing until he makes a poll. I think that's a rule.
Oh, he's not allowed to say anything.
He's given.
Lou is
the
under strict
instructions.
restriction.
I gotta research this poll.
Lou, what are you doing right now, Lou?
Looking
Lou, what
for
are you
the
doing right
poll.
now? I heard you typing. No, you're not. What were you doing? Be honest.
I don't know what I was doing. I don't remember.
Be honest, Lou. What were you doing?
Let's see. Hold on. If you go to the
Come
bottom
on.
of the chat menu, you will be able to tap an icon that probably looks like a graph, and then it should say "Create a poll."
Okay.
We're using Stream. Oh, hold on. Maybe I can make a poll. I don't have admin privileges. No, I can't make a poll.
Wow, look at that. Noah says, I think my favorite video was the Kirby Puckett vid. I love the Kirby Puckett vid. I love all the World Series memory sketches. I was the driving force behind that stuff. And I thought Lou played a great idiot in that sketch.
Love it.
Greg, I will tell you, the only thing I did that I think if I was like a new comedian putting it in my packet right now would be the Endless Game, whatever the Endless Game one was.
Yeah, that one's great.
I stand by that. Like I stand by the writing of the sketch, which like you absolutely like we're like that's not that term works, that term doesn't. Or did you end up just writing that sketch for me because like I had it? And
Probably.
I feel like we batted that back and forth.
I remember you guys all writing stuff, and then like I just tossed in whatever baseball terms you guys didn't know.
Yeah, which was like 60% of the sketch.
How in the fuck did I lose for another bet? Wow, look at Andy with the direct quote. I would love to play that. I think I might. Do I have that? Hang on.
We're doing Javier. We're doing Javier.
Oh, Javier. Okay, I'm sorry.
Come on.
Javier.
We got a lot of love coming in. Look at that.
We got 200 videos we got to get through. Hold on. Here we go.
Latifa con la escoba.
Lou, do you want to set up Javier, Lou?
Yeah. How did it? It came about. I think we were. It was with the larger group, the Hammercats, and I think it was a scene, either a scene or just like out of nowhere. I said something like, "I want to organize my closet, but I don't want to pay for it," or something like that. And then that just turned into like a character.
So it came from a Hammercat sketch? I don't remember that.
Yeah, I think it came from like an improv scene.
It was a fuck around when we were yeah.
Fuck around.
But like absolutely I don't want to pay for it, just had to be its own thing.
So we shot this. I don't know if anyone is familiar with New York pizza, but we shot this. My aunt owns Danino's, and we shot this at Danino's in Staten Island, which is a famous pizza place. I want to give my wife a baby, but I don't want to pay for it. So we shot this at Danino's, which is a famous pizza place in Staten Island. And Lou, to this day, whenever I go back there, there are still guys who work there, and they are Mexican. And every time they see me, they go pero.
No, really?
I swear to God.
And they speak Spanish. That's crazy.
They speak Spanish. They still work there, and every time they see me, they go, "Hey, pero." So, all right, I guess we'll play this whole fucking thing.
Lou, where are you supposed to be from?
No fucking
hey.
I assumed it was Argentina. I assumed you were like,
where does this person exist?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I thought you were drawing from like a family member or like a cultural experience.
I think my dad, when I played this for my dad, I think he's like, "Who's that?" He's like, "Is that your super?" In the building that I was living in. And my dad's got a crazy thick accent.
The full title for this was originally Javier, the Fastidious Argentinian.
Oh, yeah.
Fastidious Argentinian. Yes, I remember that in a bunch of drafts.
The Fastidious Argentinian.
What can I get you? I don't mean to trouble you, but I would like something to make me feel good. Something to make me drunk.
Okay, all right. We got liquor, we got beer.
Oh, that's good. But you see, I want to get drunk, but I don't want to pay for it.
It's a cash bar, so.
I see. But you see, I give you something.
Are we pausing for comment? Oh no, Greg's screen.
Greg's frozen.
Greg's gone. Okay, so here's the thing.
So long I want to cut it, but I don't want to.
Am I still here?
Yeah, you were gone for a second.
Did I drop out? Are we still?
Yeah, absolutely, and the video did too. But let's keep going. Let's roll. You're back.
Well, one thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that we were playing with inside baseball comedy stuff. One of the things we were playing with here for the first time, I feel like, was the dropout of music in a video, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like that first setup of when Javier says his thing.
I want to get drunk, but I don't want to pay for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
and I think it's important. It's important to know this was like we ran this stage sketch for like probably 2 years before.
Yeah,
this.
Lou, when I introduced you and said, "Do you want to set this up?" You probably should have said that.
Yeah. Apparently, we did this on stage. I don't remember that.
You don't remember it, do you?
No. Yeah, this is a staple.
We ran this probably for like 6 months before we did the surprise party show, and then for that full year run. So yeah, we ran the sketch for a long time.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because it's like I think like live shows like SNL have the same problem. It's like but we had the opposite version of it, which was like we had something that worked very well live, and we had to figure out how to get it to film. And what I love about seeing in the chat is like people are like, okay, this was our version of it, and we love it. And I was like, I think you guys did a great job of this.
It's a cash bar, so.
I see. But you see, I give you something better than money. I give you a story.
Well, it's not better than money.
One time in my country, a barber lived up the road.
Who are you talking to?
And my hair was so long. How long you asked?
I did not ask.
So long I want to cut it, but I don't want to pay for it. So I tell the barber a story. One time, there was a man who had no shoes. And all the people punched his toes. But one day, a witch, the guy with the broom, gave his shoes.
I don't understand.
It's somebody in Spanish.
So did the barber give you a free haircut after that, or?
No, but he let me take all the hair and bring it back to my home. I make a soup.
You made a soup out of hair?
It's somebody in Spanish.
Perez, I can't give you a beer for a story, so.
That's okay. Pero. One time in my country, I want to give my wife a baby, but I don't want to pay for it. So I tell my wife a story. One time, there was a little bird who lost all his feathers, and he need to take a blanket to keep himself warm. Pero one day, a little boy say, "That's my blanket." But the government no believe him.
So did that story get your wife pregnant?
No, but I tell her, either you take it in there or you take it in the mouth. She take it in the mouth.
That's awful. That's disgusting.
It's not that Spanish.
I'm sure there's no language that would sound better in.
Perhaps another story.
You know what? You want a beer?
Yes, but I don't want to pay for it.
No, I got that. Here,
This
it's
dude
on
is
me.
so not from Argentina.
It's a beer, and I don't have to pay for it.
That's my number one
That's good.
problem with this sketch is that he's clearly not from Argentina.
I tell you a story anyway.
Please don't.
No, nothing is for free.
Nothing is for free.
Una vez, en mi país, un hombre borracho se cagó pum en la cama de una bruja negra, la tipa con la escoba. Pero un día, ella dice, no es el baño, es mi cama.
What is that? A drunk
I don't
man
speak
goes
Spanish.
into
Somebody in
his house,
English.
with a broom.
Pero.
He gets in his house. She's like, "That's
the
not
bed.
yeah,
Let's have a drunk guy shit in the bed of,
Yeah, in the bed,
of a
like,
black
that's not-
witch.
Yeah,
The type with a broom.
Yeah.
typical de escoba.
La tipa con la escoba.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I still love that sketch. I still think it's great.
I'm sorry that you had a wireless mic pack on, and you were so loud that you were overmodulating it, and I don't know how I missed it on set when I was doing.
Well, no, Paul, if you don't remember, we had a problem editing this sketch because I believe the refrigerators were on for half the shots.
Oh yeah.
I think AJ, I think you may have asked maybe Sheldon to try and cancel out the audio. I forget exactly what we did, but there were a lot of audio problems. I remember.
It was a bit of a shit show. I think some of the lights were also like the bulbs at the time were making like a vibration. Like it was hard to get this was one of the things where it's like, there are sketches that like, you get to shoot very easy, and there's sketches where you get to shoot very hard. This one we ran it for over 2 years on stage, and it just was the hardest thing to capture on film. But I think the end result was great.
Yeah, I think so too. I just remember the shoot was, and again, it was one of our first shoots. Maybe was it the second sketch after Die Hard? Basically, is that what this was?
Maybe,
So.
yeah.
It would have been. Yeah.
I'm trying.
It was.
You mentioned the location. I'm trying to remember that.
I'm pretty sure this is the second sketch we did. So we had to shoot early morning in a Staten Island pizza place. And we had probably 2 hours to do it all. So I think we did a great job.
Yeah.
Somebody brought up Oscar Party. I'm going to toss that up because I love that sketch.
Yeah. Big Philip of Us also
brought up
mentioned
Oscar
the
Party.
Christmas.
No, What's up, Noah? I appreciate you mentioning the Oscar party sketch. I'm going to see if I can find the look, the haunting look that I give Eliza Skinner. Again, there's an Eliza Skinner sketch. So I actually wrote this sketch with Eliza. After I first moved out to LA, I wrote this with Eliza. One of great people in the sketch, Greg Tudlesko. Tommy actually directed this. Like,
Tukes was also in Take the
remember
Shot,
the
which
look.
I think he was really good in.
oh yeah, you're in that too, AJ.
Take the
Where's
shot.
the haunting look, Noah? Which haunting look? That look right there? Is that it?
That's pretty haunting.
Is that it right there? That's pretty haunting. All right, let me bring up Take the Shot.
And we should
Lou,
probably
did you figure out how to do a poll?
Yeah, and every time I try to do the poll, I just keep looking at the clock. We've been going a while, boys. We're going 2.5 hours, and I know we have. I don't know how long you want to go. How long you want to keep going?
Lou,
Do you want to go
It's already
15 years?
Friday.
15 more years?
Lou,
If
that-
we could make a poll,
that you
we could understand how we want to end it. I think this ends when you make a poll. I think that's the end of this stream. Release us from our earthly bonds. Make a poll.
Yeah, Lou, if you
AJ
think about how to make a poll, I'm willing to end this stream.
Wait, I got to figure that. That's the only way I'm getting out of this?
The only way you're
Oh,
getting out of it.
Oh, shit.
AJ is talking to us from Friday now.
Yeah, that's correct.
All right. I guess we probably should close it up since Lou pointed that out. Any closing thoughts? How do you guys feel?
Wolverine's Law Sucks was a intense, like, rapid fire thing that happened and that felt really good when it was done, and I'm very proud of it. Like you have sketches that you kind of feel weird about, and some that you feel great about, and some you're like, oh, I wish that worked. But this one was like the perfect thing of like Paul's wizardry, you guys' chemistry, the concept, the writing. Like I felt really good about it, and it's like, yeah, I think it's at 19 million views or something.
Yeah, I was hoping that we would get to 20 million tonight, but I don't know if we could do it.
Oh yeah, no, this is going to put it
That's
over.
where the super chat comes in. Listen,
Yeah,
all
I
you super
believe-
chatters out there,
Yeah,
throw us
absolutely.
$5, throw us 10, throw us 20 Canadian, whatever it takes. We're getting to 20
to
million
the
tonight.
moon. But yeah, no, it's things like that. I was like, couldn't be happier. It was great collaborating with you guys. I'm very happy. I hope it was fun and not fun because it was 90 degrees, right? It was, but like something gratifying about working so hard for something and just trying to piece it together so quickly and having it be great, and you guys are great. And Paul, you're amazing. And yeah, I'm happy something jumped off the page and had such a profound effect.
Paul, what do you think?
Yeah, I remember you sent me the script, and I just wrote back telling you how much I loved it, like specifically saying that. And I don't often say that I love a script, but I was really excited to try to make that work. So I don't know what the time versus the budget on that was like. Some of the things that I was trying to figure out ahead of time, it's like that was definitely a labor of love beyond a lot of the other projects that we worked on. And I'm happy that it, got seen almost 20 million times.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody who's in the chat tonight, all you guys who've been here tonight and through the years. All the subscribers, I want to thank all you guys because none of this would have amounted to anything if it wasn't for you guys. AJ, I agree with everything you said. 15 years later, that video still lives strong. So whatever we went through that night was worth it. Lou, how you feeling?
Yeah, so just going to the super chats right now. Retro Cheetah 81. throwing a fin our way. Let's do it again sometime. And big flipping boss, always flipping, always the boss. Here's one more super. It was awesome seeing you guys again, and the two geniuses behind the scenes as well. You guys are all awesome. And
Thanks,
you know,
boss.
I would say so. For those of you watching who might not know, I wrote a book called "That Joke Isn't Funny Anymore," and it was an opportunity for me to look back on 20 years of doing comedy, and those years of doing comedy, the guys that you're seeing on your screen right now, without them, I wouldn't be doing comedy. Greg, AJ, Paul, I'm really proud of that video. I'm proud of the work that we did, and the idea of let's do it again sometime. I'm really just so happy that we were able to find the time to get together, even if it was on screens, and talk about it, because it really was a very special time. And I'm so happy that and fortunate that I got to spend it with these three guys. So that's something that just means so much to me. And thank you guys for that.
Yeah. It's incredible to make something that people actually gave a shit about. Comedy is nothing if nobody's laughing at it. So thank you guys. I guess that's it.
Is everybody's screens the same, where I'm in the lower right, Paul's in the lower left, Greg is in the upper left, and Lou is in the upper right? Is everybody's the same way?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, well, we can all just stab each other. Oh, sorry. Stab each other with our claws, with our Wolverine claws at the same time.
This is a terrible idea.
No, it's a terrible idea. I abandoned the concept.
Why would you do this, AJ?
No, that was horrible.
Lou. Okay, now I'm gonna stab Paul right there. I'm coming for you right there. Nope. I can't even get that angle right. That doesn't make any sense. Why can't I get that angle?
Okay, well, this is ended predictably, and I'm sorry. My idea was
no, AJ. This is just as awkward as I would have hoped this would end. So thank you guys for being here.
Did you, Big Flipping Boss? Did you hit Brain?
All right, that's great, perfect. That's the final awkward beat to end it on. All right, guys. Who knows? We might do this again. Stay tuned. You never know. Have a great night. Thank you all for being here. Adios.
Good night, guys.